evening. How does my voice almost crack so soon? Barely even started. Good evening, good evening. I am still Blue Mooney, fantasy writer and shy magical library in human skin. Hello Ashley, hello, it's so lovely to see you. Oh dear. No, it's probably not. The music just seems much louder than normal in my head. Let's turn you down. Bye opening music. And quieter background music. Are you playing? Oh, I'll just give it a minute to... Oh no, that's why. I have the volume turned all the way down. Clever Blue. There we go. Nice background music. Oh dear, how is everyone? This evening, this afternoon, this morning. I hope so much you were well. I felt fairly well throughout most of the day, and then the not so wells hit a few hours ago, but I think I've bounced back a little bit, so we should do fairly well this brainstorming stream. I have our lovely document here set up, ready to note take. And just as what happened last time, I'm very happy to just become a secretary jotting down minutes with the chat going nuts with their wonderful ideas. But I have a few ideas that I wrote down months ago when I originally came up with this concept and was going to use it for some kind of short form video, but have very much decided against pursuing that. Ready, steady for brainstorming and writing. Hooray! Good to hear it. Oh dear. Wondering whether we should just have a little bit of a chat first and see if anyone else is able to get here about this time. But as always, people show up a bit later. We can always read back through what we've done, get people up to speed, and then get more ideas rolling. I just started the stream with the opening, and I was just thinking, what can I chat about today? And I just had a complete brain empty moment, like absolutely nothing going on. It's like, I wish my brain would be empty when I actually needed it to be empty, except when I really, instead of when I kind of need it to be slightly fuller. Yes, for some reason that feels like classic Blue. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. What has happened today? Oh, mostly just general parenting stuff, not much else. That's the way of it. That is the way of it. Oh, yes. And household chores. Yes, didn't get to any writing, unfortunately. I don't even think I got a chance to think about writing, which, normally I manage to keep thinking about writing as doing everything else, so must have been reasonably tired today. Got slightly less sleep than usual. But, yes, I suppose that's one reason I am looking forward a little to swapping streams to during the day. I mean, the only potential issue with that is if the small one is ever ill and needs to stay home from school, and if the mother library or father library aren't able to look after her at that time. Either the stream will become very haphazard, or I'll just have to push it on to another day, but we'll just tackle that if and when it happens. I know people work around kids at home all the time, but it's just a little different if they're coming through on the microphone, I suppose. Oh dear. Oh yes, there's going to be some serious furniture moving around here next week, just to get all of the toys away from the kitchen, because Blue has had it with toys being a distraction from eating. Yes, it's a small problem. Oh dear, we should probably just get started. I think blue is starting to get a bit dull, given a reasonably dull day. Oh dear, so our lovely topic for today is what if beauty could literally steal your breath? And I remember when I came up with this, just not why. It was just when I was sitting down at one of the small ones after school activity things and, trying to drown out the very loud music. Yes, I came up with a bunch of things then, and just trying to use the time as usefully as possible. But yes, what if beauty could literally steal your breath? And I have a few, random thoughts here, and I've divided it into just 3 sections this time at the moment. If we think of more sections, we can add them as we go. But yes, just random thoughts on, what this would sort of look like, how it would work. Sort of what would it be like if it was a rare affliction, so just a few unlucky individuals throughout the world. How would they go about living their lives? How would they protect themselves? What would dating be like? Things like that. And if it was a global pandemic, reasonable, precautions that would be taken sort of in the beginning. What is it? What that could lead to, how our values could change as a society. Would society crumble? What we'd become? And, what we'd look like in 100 years if beauty stealing your breath remained a thing. And I've got a few random ideas down. So, we don't have to go in any particular order. No particular order. Oh, random idea. Oh, bursts of the greatest and the worst. Stuff you'd never come up with in normal circumstances. That will for a long time be just baggage distracting you from your main project. Yeah, I got a lot of that. They've all become small side projects that would just love some attention, but no. So it's good to sort of, pop some of those ideas down here and just have some fun with them, even if, a novel or anything is not their destiny. It's still something fun for us to do and interesting. And it's, just fun to talk about this random sort of stuff now and then, I guess. Ah, dear. So, might just start with a sort of randomish thoughts, like, random things about this affliction, if we can call it that. And the first one that came to my mind is that beauty is subjective, which means different things would affect different people. And, lots and lots of different random things. People could be, suffocating over, movies, books, video games, the faces of their children or loved ones. We've got, when you say beautiful, all of this is beauty, landscapes, paintings, music. It could be any number of different things, different genres of music. You could be absolutely fine listening to pop, but, heavy metal just causes you to turn blue or something. Oh, so does that mean we're having pandemic cycles as beauty standards change? Oh, that's an interesting thought. Let's throw that down here. Yes, and I think, at one point is just going to be beauty will just have to be more and more suppressed in all its thought forms. But I think that won't happen until a bit later on. I think there'd be more precautions and stuff to begin with. Just a random other thought. Dating will be awkward. And Yes, people, this would probably be carrying around. Can I spell oxygen? I should be able to. We wrote it down many times last brainstorming session, didn't we? Oxygen tanks. Well, if there was a rare affliction, everyone who had it would have to have them, but if in a global pandemic, you know, oxygen. I can't spell oxygen, for goodness sake, I just typed it. Would become a black market item, pretty much, you know, ridiculously expensive and hard to get, hoarded, all of that. So trying to think more on just sort of what this would entail to begin with. One really random thought I have, which would, you know, I say make it lean more towards fantasy, as if this whole concept isn't fantasy anyway, but, you know, could the breath stolen by beauty be collected? Like, is this a magical sort of affliction as opposed to a natural one? So could the breath potentially be collected and used for, e.g., filling oxygen tanks for spells, other sort of things? Oh dear. My brain. Oh dear. If beauty could literally steal your breath. Yeah, we got to think about it in as many ways as possible. You know, as many different thoughts as we can get, particularly given, you know, I've only got so many headings right now, but there can be an awful lot that comes under each heading. So, yes, pretty much anything with, I mean, not just dating, but, you know, spending time with family and, well, specifically family being the really, really close partners, parents, children. I think, you know, there are some of us, of course, who wouldn't find family attractive for whatever reasons, if they're in difficult situations, but for a lot of people, if this happened, spending time with loved ones would become very difficult. We come. Hello, Hulk guy. Would think that steal breath gain life or improve things. So what would happen then? I'm woozy. I'm sorry, you're woozy redhead. Oh, are you looking at something beautiful? I hope you can still enjoy it despite the fact that it's making you woozy. Oh, the thing that steals breath, gain life, or improve things. That would be interesting. That would be if, you know, there's some kind of nefarious sorcerer sort of casting this on people to, as you say, gain life or some improvement in their own life. Sort of like a bit like in Tangled, the Disney film, I guess. To just, well, it's not, you know, sucking it out of her, but it's still... Sorry, you can't see my hand gestures, can you? She is gaining something from Rapunzel. Those would have been more interesting in Rapunzel if, you know, Rapunzel was being drained at the same time. Oh, the idea with suppressing beauty reminds me of Kurt Vonnegut's Harrison Bergeron, a short story about a dystopia where equality is achieved by suppressing advantages. And would it also affect concepts or ideas? I'm pretty sure, yes, that would be. Like, it could also be various concepts or ideas, so... So beautiful people need to wear uglifying masks, strong need to carry weights, etc. Maybe that would be something that would pop up. Might throw that down if it was a global pandemic, because I doubt, that would happen if just a few people had it. That would be more taking, needing to be careful yourself to try to avoid what's beautiful to you. So, but saying again, beautiful people, it's all subjective. So someone who is, traditionally beautiful and would affect a lot of people would not affect some people at all. Whereas some people who, conventionally would be considered plain or ugly could be the most beautiful person in the world to their partner or their parents or their children. So it wouldn't just be, traditionally beautiful people, but, they're the ones who will probably be, in inverted commas, picked on the most. So I probably first encouraged and then forced. Oh, I need to ask one question. Who is our beauty stealing the breath from? The people who look at us or ourselves? It's if an individual sees something very beautiful to them, it steals that person's breath. Or I don't think it's the beauty itself. It's just it's difficult, I guess. What if beauty could literally steal our breath? We see something beautiful, we start turning blue. So I'll just pop that at the beginning to try to be clear. Turning blue and suffering. I almost capitalized the blue because blue is blue. Oh, the problem is there will always be a most beautiful. It doesn't matter how uglifying clothes are. The logical conclusion is to make people actively try and avoid it. I think that's definitely how it would be in the beginning. But again, because it is so subjective, I think it would just keep breaking out. And, if people couldn't be exposed to one thing that they originally found beautiful, they would just sort of turn to something else and something else would become beautiful. And then it would just become a cycle again, the pandemic cycles right here. So, let's get stuff down. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I can be a good secretary. Let's try to do this. Oh. Beautiful. Etc. Can one also just think of a thing and they find beauty and still lose breath? If they do, where does it go? Yes, I think that would work because, could work, given we're thinking of all potential ideas here. That could work because, concepts or ideas are beautiful. Like if I was just sort of thinking maybe about a song that affects me and I sort of hear it in my head, maybe it still affects you, but just not as strongly if it's something like that. But if it's a full-on concept or idea, like for some reason, the concept of democracy makes you emotional or something because you find it so beautiful, I imagine that could affect you. But I'm still wondering about different levels, sort of. So maybe a cute kitten video can just make you wheeze a little bit. Wheeze with a Z. But I don't know. Looking upon Mount Fuji or something could make you faint. But again, different for different people. And that, if it was a pandemic thing, then that would make it super hard to try to contain. Oh dear. So yes, concepts or ideas can also be beautiful. And so, thank you for the lovely like. Very kind of you. And where does it go? I think if we're thinking about someone, casting a spell or something, and this is being done in a nefarious manner as opposed to this is a natural sort of affliction. If it's, yes, if it's a natural affliction, it would just be sort of, sorry, I should be typing this down. affliction, symptoms maybe, similar to asthma attack or something, and increasingly, different levels of asthma attack, I guess. Mild to severe. That seems to be what it would be, something like that. But if it's nefarious, did I spell it wrong? I didn't? Amazing. Nefarious, for example, curse. I'm not sure. Maybe there's something built into the spell or something for it to be collected. Or maybe they have to be nearby, so I don't know if this would work if it was a full-on pandemic. But, built into the spell for breath to be collected, or the caster of the spell needs to be nearby. Yes, there's a few different scenarios we can talk about here. In this case, probably breath collected. Oh, where are we? Oh, yeah. Could this affect dreams as well? If you found your dreams very beautiful, I'd imagine so, yes. Sleep. Wake up, gasping or dead. Gasping or dead. Or gasping and dead. And or dead. Wake up dead sounds really, not intelligent. But it still sounds a little funny. Not that we should be laughing about this. People are looking at lovely things and dying. Ooh, Nightmare on Long Street. There's an interesting loop one can make if they find the air beautiful. Oh, the smell of the air or something. Infinite loop. I'm also curious too if that means there'll be people trying to capitalize on this scenario, trying to sell air and try to promote their product as beautiful to then make people want it more. I'm not, definitely capitalize on the scenario, I think, if it was a global pandemic thing. Oops. Oh dear. Definitely with the oxygen tank sort of thing, selling oxygen at high prices. If the curse scenario, collecting all the oxygen and selling it again. Try to sell air to promote their product as beautiful and then make people want it more. I don't. Air diet, air, zero sugar, limited edition air with scent designed by AI. I don't think I would trust any air designed by AI. I'm just, again, I think it's, if it was the global pandemic thing, people would start, I think initially, yes, they would start trying to find, they would slowly develop, attraction to different beauties that they thought wouldn't make them sick. But, oh yes, let's try to get, I think that should come under here, so people naturally start finding other things beautiful that once they didn't. I don't think it's even in the hope of, it's just it naturally happens because, self-preservation. Like a preservation reflex. But now that's beautiful, so that starts affecting them too. Equals, yeah, cycles. Oh, rare affliction could be more of a mental thing that makes the body get excited or something akin to that. The body tenses up and makes the lungs close temporarily. Maybe that could be a way it would work naturally. Just a a kind of very unfortunate disease. Okay, like a kind of mental health disorder. Causes the, when affected by beauty, body seizes up, causes the, it would affect the trachea and the lungs or something. Creates asthma-like symptoms. Like in a neurodivergence way or a curable way. I'm not sure. That's something to pop down. Could be either. So what would be the best way to phrase that? It could be... Best way to phrase that. Can I think? I'm not sure I can. So, it could be either permanent or curable. Could be not affected, related to neurodivergence. Oh, hi Mickey. Hello. ABC. Oh, another lovely like. Thank you so much. Yeah, I keep itching to get to the sort of global pandemic one because I've got quite a few ideas down for that, but let's maybe look at it as a rare affliction first. And sort of, what kind of things could we do if we had this to try to protect ourselves? Well, the first thing would be to sort of, again, minimize contact with beauty as we know it to be. Minis. Contact exposure to beauty. Possibly, a way to, we'd have to, go through some sort of testing thing to try to determine exactly what we really find to be beautiful. I mean, we could say we know, but there'd be things, I suppose, that we don't know. Oops. Minimize exposure to beauty. Find out exactly what you find beautiful in order to avoid it. What if you're beautiful yourself? What then? I'm not sure. Would this... Well, I'm just breaking that into two things then. I don't think... If you find yourself beautiful because you love yourself just as you should love yourself, I'm not sure, would that affect you? Maybe. But if it's, a sort of a narcissistic way, as in you look in the mirror and, oh, aren't I just the hottest person around? Yeah, I reckon that'd affect you. Suddenly the myth of Narcissus sounds even more creepy. Indeed. I think that will go up here in the random thoughts. So... And I mean sort of find yourself physically attractive, sort of overly, as opposed to, yeah, I like my looks. I don't think that would really affect it. Well, I say that. I suppose it could. Let's just put it all down. Phrase it. Have a healthy relationship with yourself and love yourself. Would you be affected? Let's just make this all question marks. Just all the thoughts. Well, just put here, found self beautiful and were affected by it. Get rid of all your mirrors. Oh, this thing could also be useful in a militaristic aspect, in the sense to send a beautiful thing to the enemy and give them a debuff. Oh yes. Oh yes, that would be a thing in a global pandemic sort of situation. Military uses. Those dang mirrors. Indeed. Indeed. So again, you know, if you found, you know, your children beautiful or your partner beautiful, you may have to again minimize contact with family and friends for your health. Probably lead to things like depression. We should probably try to do more cheerful topics next time. What's our next one? We've got the mildly inconvenient curses next. That could probably be more fun. And the one after that we've got is the drinkable ghost/spirit. So again, hopefully a bit more fun. This is already getting a little depressing. Okay, picture this. Getting plastic surgery to uglify yourself to stop killing your loved ones. Oh dear. Where do we put that? Rare affliction or global pandemic? Probably. Let's just throw it in random thoughts for now. But the thing is, though, I don't know if that would really work. Because generally your loved ones love you. They don't love how you look. So I imagine that if it was a global pandemic thing, that would be an attempt. But then it would find it's not very effective. It would suck to be that person who loves your personality. Yeah. Yeah, whoa, actually, does love equate to beauty? I would have thought so in most cases. Like, if you're affected by something because it's beautiful, you know, and there's so many different levels of beauty and love that could get interesting and very twisty-turny, confused, couldn't it? I don't know. I think... Well, I think you'd... Just using an example that just springs to mind for me, because I'm a parent person, you know, would love your child, however attractive they are or not. And I think that love, it does equate to beauty because you find them beautiful because they are your child. But I think, again, would depend, all of that would depend on different scenarios and situations and people, because this is, again, just so subjective. Let's just throw that here. Does love equate to beauty? Depends on situation, scenario, different people, so subjective. Oh, I'm feeling sick and hard of breathing. Maybe I'm getting inflicted because I'm around chatters and a streamer. Oh dear. Well, I am glad you find the many ideas and people in chat and this streamer to be beautiful, but I'm not glad you're having trouble breathing. Yes, inhaler. Ooh, hello, Yozorani. Looking good today. Left me breathless for a second there. Hiya, you're all very sweet. Dang, I saw an ad that's selling diet egg for a good discount. Oh dear. Yeah, let's pop that down here. Ugh. No. I meant to play into the beauty thing, stealing breath. I know. Blue just tends to take things seriously because it can be amusing sometimes. Don't worry. I got it. You'll generally realize fairly quickly if Blue doesn't get it, because it's fairly obvious. And there's a lot of things that Blue doesn't get. But I did get that one. Don't worry. We're all good. Oh, dearie me. A rare affliction. There would be a lot of preventative things. What about treatments? Could inhale, if it's a natural thing, things like, if natural inhalers, relaxation therapy, DC could work for sort of mild cases. Difficult to treat severe attacks. I know, but again, if it's all to do with sort of, if it's a mental health condition, or if it's a condition to do with various chemical imbalances and stuff that affect the musculature of your breathing apparati. It's there could be potential treatments. What was it? What kind of treatment if it's a curse? Oh, get this, a small percentage of people that are immune and run a secretive beauty club. Ooh, that sounds good. Let's throw it down here. All I can see is just like sitting around doing poetry readings. Poetry is outlawed. That'll probably be dystopian future. Oh, it would be difficult for people to find beauty in nature. How will they work? Are they forced to be in cities and vice versa? I had some thoughts about that. Let's get onto that in a sec. Maybe this only happens with people and not senior objects. Maybe. Let's throw it up here. Yes. If it's only beautiful humans that cause... Oh dear, that cause the affliction, not art, nature, etc. Yes, that would, if it was just the humans causing it, probably take longer to fall into a dystopia. Because I actually think it's the loss of art and the ability to self-express, just to sort of, for the sake of people's health, that will start, society crumbling. Okay, let's have a look down here. So, it'd suck to be a person who finds beauty in everything. It definitely would. What about the poor people who find something beautiful in everything? Oh, school will get interesting. Yeah, I need a sick leave from German, of course. I find it beautiful, not because its grammar overwhelms me. There's no more special interests. Yeah, hello, Neko Heko. Lovely to see you. Writing and stories are now outlawed, so are libraries. Indeed, that is on my list. Wait, what are we doing? We are brainstorming on the topic of what if beauty could literally steal your breath. We're having all sorts of ideas. I'll just throw a few more down, and then we can go through what we've got so you can see what we've been talking about. It'll be interesting to just find a language beautiful, though. That means hearing that language now hurts you. It would. It would. Oh dear, yes. You know, affect your breathing. Limit the places you could travel. Yes. I'm just thinking about, you know, the libraries and art and everything being outlawed. I don't think that would happen immediately. I think, whoa, add some degenerate stuff in there like VTuber feet, not that I would want that. Okay. Okay. What about the poor people who find VTuber feet beautiful? What about them? Sorry. At this point, just block all 5 of your senses. Yeah. Then arises living library rights activism. No, don't worry. Blue will be fine. Wait, no. Haha. Indeed. So, blue is in the way of thinking. In the beginning. Beginning. Thank you. Well, that's exactly why I learned how to draw. Thanks for mentioning them. I'm glad you love VTuber feet. Oh. What? I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the reader. Hello, Bobby Lobby. Feet. Many feet. All of the feet. Oh. So in the beginning, in a global pandemic scenario, I'm thinking, you know, preventative measures. You know, there would be lots of, well, increased medical facilities sort of everywhere. Well, respiratory clinics and stuff. So that sounds eerily familiar, doesn't it? Everywhere. Warnings outside of, you know, art museums, libraries, famous, you know, natural sites, etc. Oh dear. Oh man, just realize that means if you find that that one dish that you find perfect and beautiful, you can't eat it, or you'll just suffocate trying to eat it. I think that would work. If you find the dish that you love it. If you find it beautiful, if your sort of taste finds it absolutely beautiful, then yeah, I think that would affect you. Here we go. Favorite food would affect you. Would no longer be able to eat it. Oh, the way Blue types sounds like she's destroying a keyboard. It's the 57th one this year alone. Well, that could be why it's getting a little unhappy with me and not keeping up. But no, I have not destroyed any keyboards yet, somehow. But I type with purpose. I do. Oh, aren't there kitchens that try to entertain all your senses? I think so, yes. Oh, yeah, I had it playing on my car speaker and it sounded like a giant dog running on a wood floor. Should I try to type more softly? I'm sorry. The problem is my keyboard is right next to my microphone. Means all those fancy cooks can't appreciate what they make anymore. Yeah. That could be a problem with the global pandemic. You know, no able to appreciate things like fine dining anymore. Fancy chefs out of a job. Oh, have you seen Mark My Lord's The Menu? I have not. No, we were just playing around. Okay. That one I wasn't entirely sure, so thank you for clarifying. Oh no. If I pay attention, I could probably, you know, keep it quieter. But if we're okay, we're okay. That's keyboard ASMR at this point. Okay. Well, Death Note anime, but the note is a keyboard. I have Death Note on DVD. It was a gift to me, but I haven't watched it yet. I'm not sure yet whether I will. Oh, dearie me. I can think. Oh, yes. In the beginning, preventative measures and stuff. But, you know, there's only so much that can really do. When, you know, beauty is so subjective. Oh, well, yes, when beauty is so subjective, people could be dropping with every rainbow. You never know when a rainbow is going to crop up. And the, you know, beauty cycles that are starting. Oh, isn't DVD a relic now? A little, yes, but I'm trusting streaming services less and less. They keep doing weird things, taking things I like off them, and plus, you know, there's so many of them and everything's spread out between them. I maintain if you really love something, you should probably have physical media of it, just in case. And I'm glad I do. I still have a bunch of anime from the late 90s, early noughties that aren't on Crunchyroll, aren't on anything that I've seen. And I've got them on DVD, so I'm fine. I'll have some VHS lying around, but no VHS player. I think the Father Library might still have a working VHS player. We used to have so many videotapes, just, you know, movies and stuff taped off television. Yeah, and you know, some movies I will forever associate with each other just because they're one after each other on the same videotape, even though they've got absolutely nothing to do with each other. Same have VHS, but no VHS player. Yeah, I think the Father Library has a combo DVD VHS player somewhere that actually works. I'm trying to think of VHSs I do have lying around. The ones that I would have are just random ancient anime, but I'm not even sure why I haven't got those tapes, honestly. Because I think if I've got them, I would have gotten them after DVDs had really become a thing, because I only started watching anime after DVDs had surpassed VHS as the main media for that sort of thing. Yes, where are we? Oh, yes. Oh, there was also the thought that, you know, well, this one really goes up here in the random thoughts. Some people are just not affected by any beauty at all. So, in a global pandemic situation, in a prime position to exploit. Yep, I just pirated. How else am I supposed to find watch obscure anime that not many know about? Yes, it's an issue, isn't it? It's not very pleased with Crunchyroll at the moment. I don't think they have they don't have a bunch of the anime that I'm interested in watching, and they seem to be, you know, they've kind of monopolized the legal anime streaming, haven't they? Oh, to be honest, that feeling of going into a manga store and trying to find an interesting anime DVD on the pre-owned shelf, got into so many great niche things like that. Yes. Oh dear. Ooh, I actually got a anime DVD in the mail today, because one of my siblings ordered it for me, because last week we were talking about this particular anime that I may have mentioned once or twice, being the Cutie Earth Defense Club, my magical boys, without which my main magical project would not exist. And yeah, I can't remember whether it's on Crunchy or not, but I'm not currently subscribed to Crunchy. You'll pay to watch anime. I did. I've stopped. But yes, we found the first season, and so I have the first season, but for some reason it looks like the second season was never put on DVD, but the third season was. I'm like, I didn't mind the third season, but it was with new characters, and, you know, it wasn't quite as fun. Yeah, but season 2 was great. Season 2 and the, you know, direct-to-home media release. What is it, an OVA? I think it's an OVA. Yeah, I want those, but I can't find them anywhere. But at least I have season 1. That's something. Oh, I guess Crunchyroll, but last time I went, the Detective Corner wasn't available for non-premium users. Blah. Blech. Crunchyroll. Be cool, Crunchyroll. You have Monopoly, you should be cool. Well, you know. No, if you've got a monopoly, you want to exploit everything. Capitalism is not fun. So, people not affected by beauty at all in a prime position to exploit. And I think as well, in the curse, I think the curse situation would be more difficult in a global pandemic, but I suppose it could be a curse gone out of control, maybe. People exploit tainted stealing breath. All the thoughts, just we'll lump them all in there and just take what we like to think about. But yes, so I think soon after people realizing preventative measures, aren't really doing very much, I think that's when, beauty starts being controlled as much as it can. Libraries, galleries, libraries, galleries, art and creative expression in general start being suppressed and eventually, outlawed to some degree, or maybe just many, many restrictions being suppressed. Too many restrictions and eventually outlawed. Oh, can't imagine how weird politics Disney Plus has with some anime in Europe. Sometimes they release a handful of episodes week by week and then stop to wait until the rest is translated. Still waiting for Undead Unlock episode 12. It'd be nice if, they were on top of those sort of things. I don't know. Oh yeah, they also shut down live service game globally, even though it was making good revenue, but decided to keep it up in Japan, so others just have to watch them play from afar. Oh dear. How powerful a spell would have to make a person lose breath at the sight of beauty? I don't know. I think that will go up here. So how powerful a spell would be required to make... Let's just go with a singular person lose breath at the sight of beauty. What about many people at once? Well, I suppose all of that as well would depend on whoever's casting it. Whoever's casting it as well as the spell itself. If it's a difficult spell, if it's a novice casting it, I imagine it would take a lot of power, but if it was a master doing it, they might be able to do it with, a click of their fingers. Oh, thank you for the lovely like. It's powerful. Like a novice, huge amount of power, but a master might be able to do it with a click of their fingers. Sorry, I've got a random thought down here for the global pandemic scenario, which is just not there, at the bottom, please, at the bottom. Which is, there'd probably be a surge in kidnappings. Can intentionally use beauty to knock people out and kidnap them. Oh yeah, this would probably go back here to the with the when beauty being controlled and suppressed and then outlawed, Libraries. Libraries. Libres. I cannot spell today. And again, I did the same thing. I want to spell it correctly myself. There we go. I'm going to kidnap one of the chatters, not saying who, though. Everyone, watch your backs. Mickey's coming. Libraries would be burned. Book bonfires. Art bonfires. Musical instrument bonfires. Bonfires. Oh dear. And probably, you know, the natural world could be desecrated. Even more than it already is. Natural world desecrated. All in the sake of health, of course. Oh dear. Well, let's limit the scope to people for the moment. Now imagine only experiencing it toward the genders your sexuality attracts you to. What dystopic ideas I have. Let's throw it down there. If it's only people you find beautiful, that causes the breath loss. Ooh. Also, in this case, it's sort of baked into it that it's only people you are sexually attracted to. So we already know that it wouldn't be, you know, if you find if your family members are beautiful to you because you love them, they wouldn't be affected here. So it's baked in. If it's only people you find beautiful. What if what if everyone is only affected by those genders you are sexually attracted to? Is it just sexual attraction or is it romantic attraction as well? Yes, you just wind up having to completely avoid it. And this is probably, well, I think all of this would have huge effect on population. Yes, that would be an issue. Okay, I've got the random thought here, you know. What does society look like in 100 years if this beauty pandemic is ongoing? I've got thoughts of, you know, becoming a drab bunker society. Which this is assuming it's all sort of forms of beauty and not just people. A drab bunker society in which creativity is shunned, all forms of beauty shunned, self-expression punished. But yes, and here they're probably like you said, there'd be the you know, secret beauty club for you know, black market in beauty for those willing to risk their breath just to experience beauty. Oh, so long as you're attracted to a person, I guess. You can't say you're attracted to a family member now, can you? No, indeed. It's just, this is just in, you know, if it's the only people you find beautiful that causes the breath loss, this is sort of baked in, I think. So does not include include members etc you love and find beautiful. Well, I suppose that goes in unless you are very ill and you are for some reason romantically and sexually attracted to your family. But let's not go down that path. Hi, Elfie! Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Oh. And I'll probably just throw down here. There's probably rebellions brewing in this bunker society. Constantly being stamped out in this bunker society. Okay. Should we go back to the beginning and just have a quick look through what we've got so far? And then, everyone just keep throwing out ideas. I think we probably should think about what it would be like for people if it's just a rare affliction, whether caused by curses or it's a natural non-curse sort of disorder, and how they sort of go about their lives. We've got a few ideas down here, but I think I'd like to think about this one a bit more. How painful is it to lose breath also? Well, I imagine if it's the curse scenario, probably depend on the strength of that particular spell. I'm not sure. I think I was always just sort of imagining it as similar to asthma style. But again, if it's losing your breath and it's the curse scenario and it's literally being just taken out of your lungs and you can't draw it back, that would be pretty distressing. How long does it last? Is it until death, or is it just until they sort of get the breath that it's in your lungs at the moment? I don't know. Eek. Possibly we should think about more things that could be used with this breath in the curse sort of scenario. What uses could human breath have in this sort of curse scenario? If there's magic and we have sorcerers who wish to use breath nefariously, how could it be used? But in natural affliction scenario, I still think it's similar to asthma, other breathing conditions. I imagine that could get very painful and distressing. I used to have very mild asthma, but it was very, very, very mild. I never experienced anything horrific, thank goodness. Oh dear. Sorry. I'm behind. You're chatting too fast. Because it would be annoying if it was like a huge cough or like close to getting the wind knocked out of you. Oh, yes. You're right, it could just be annoying. Maybe it doesn't cause anything hugely distressing. Maybe it's just annoying. Huge health issues. Just annoying. Causes, huge cough. Like getting the wind knocked out of you. But no more permanent. Thank you. Damage. Yeah, that's a possibility. It's just annoying. Just sort of cough and gulp and lose that breath and it's like, oh, okay, that was weird. Keep going with your life. Well, historically inaccurate. A Jewish king was afflicted with leprosy and wears a metal mask. That was cool as hell in my opinion. Oh, I see. So are we getting people in metal masks here to try to save their loved ones from coughing themselves to death? We should get more cheerful. I'm liking this not permanent but just annoying. Probably come up with some more fun stories for something like that. 'Cause most of our stories last time were just slightly depressing. Oh dear, I'll tell you a fun fact, Hulk. Neurologically, there are two types of fear. One of them is associated with feeling of suffocation without a way to stop it, and the other is for everything else. The breathing fear is experienced even by those who don't feel normal fear. Oh, goodness me. That's a lot. So yeah, kind of spooky. That seems like something important to pop down in random notes. So let's do that. So... I feel if this was a curse scenario, this might be quite pertinent. And might be why they sort of came up with this, some sort of reasoning behind this curse. Oh, so I have an idea. Wonderful. What if someone was cursed? So when someone sees them, they have the air pulled out of their lungs. And it happens that they are beautiful. Oh. What if someone was cursed? So when someone sees them... Oh, so if the curse is on someone... Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. So... no, not that. What if the curse was on... So it's like if the curse was on... if a beautiful person was cursed. Cursed so everyone who sees them gets the air pulled out of their lungs. Is that what you were saying? I haven't got it too mixed up, have I? Oh. Isn't breath close to life for some religions? Could be wrong. I don't know. Could there be some sort of religious implications with this? Well, I suppose people might, say it's some sort of plague. Or maybe... Oh, I just had the random thought. What if it's widely believed those affected... It's not their, it's not their breath being pulled out of them, but their soul. What would that lead to? Discrimination against the soulless sort of thing. Maybe. Sorry, I just had that random thought and had to pop it down. Oh, like maybe... Oh yes, this part of your soul. I didn't actually see that. We had the same idea. I'm sorry. Yes, that makes sense. Bird masks? We have bird masks? Oh, yes, plague doctor. Sorry, that took Blue a second. The plague. Did I spell it wrong? I didn't? I think plague is one of those words I spell wrong about 50% of the time. Back to the 1300s. Fun. Oh, that's a great concept for like counterbalancing a superpower. Which one is that? The here we go. So is that sorry, Blue is just having a moment. Can you please explain it in a way that Blue's tired mind will not misconstrue? Oh, can't wait for the most beautiful person in the village gets accused of being a witch. Oh dear. So this would be down to global pandemic again, wouldn't it? Actually, I think I kind of want to put it up here with random thoughts. So, beautiful person, village being accused of being a witch and stealing someone's soul. Beauty trials instead of witch trials. Or maybe the curse only works if you can see the cursed person's body directly. And wearing 100% covering clothes count as the curse. Oh, that would make full covering veils and stuff. Yes, very, very popular and very sensible. That seems like a very sensible way of dealing with it if it's if we're just looking at people right now. See, when I was coming up with the idea, all I could think of was art, honestly. Maybe that's just because I'm, aero ace, but all I could think was, yes, art. Art would be crushed. This is not good. But yes, this is really, really interesting ways to think about it. Thank you all so much. I feel like I need to keep saying in the curse scenario. We don't really... Scenario. Don't really need to keep doing this because we know what we're talking about, but still. So... if the cursed persons... Oh. If you see the cursed person's body directly and wearing 100% covering counters the curse. So full long sleeve dresses and full face covering veils. Very popular and sensible. Oh, it's like a Medusa situation. It is. Hello, Ancio. Lovely to see you. Sorry, Medusa. You deserve capitalization. There we go. Oh, dear. I did say we were going to go back through and read through everything we've done so far. We'll do that in a sec. I still think we should think a bit more about if it was just a rare affliction, whether curse or a mental health disorder or another kind of disorder that causes, breathing apparatuses, I don't know which one's correct, to seize up and prevent breathing when your body is affected by something you find beautiful. Do I also deserve capitalization? You do, Neko Heiko. You do deserve capitalization. Believe we all do. We've got a lot of random thoughts there, don't we? I suppose I brought that on myself, just having the three subheadings. So, what if beauty could literally steal your breath? Let's see what we've got so far. How long have we been going? About an hour and 15 minutes. We'll keep going as long as we're enjoying still taking stuff down. Oh dear, I remember the last brainstorming stream became our longest one so far. I think it was slightly longer than 4 hours. We had a lot to talk about last time. I'm hoping we're not sort of hitting the wall yet. I'm worried Blue is. I'm sure all of you aren't. Let's have a look. So, random thoughts. We see something beautiful to us, we start turning blue and suffocating. And so beauty is subjective. Different things would affect different people. There's also, I should probably throw this up here. Could be scenarios where, only a certain type of beauty, e.g. person's physical beauty, is causing the affliction. Yes, when I thought about it, it was all forms of beauty. All forms of beauty. So... here we are. Sorry. I thought maybe the breathtaking curse only takes the oxygen out of someone's lungs so they don't realize they are suffocating. Oh, well, maybe. Oh, dear. Curse only takes oxygen. Oxygen. Mana, so they do not realize they're suffocating. Ugh, that could lead to some very unpleasant deaths. Yeah, that stream was long. It was. Am I earlier this time? I think you are. Yes, you are earlier. We've only been going for a little over an hour. Welcome, something I don't know. It's lovely to see you. How many minutes was that? 242. I don't know. I did not count. And I don't feel like doing the conversions right now. Okay, let's go through what we got. So if we see something beautiful to us, we start turning blue and suffocating. And remember, in our note taking, we're just taking notes on any potential scenarios. We're not locked into anything. It's just all ideas from this prompt. And so beauty is subjective, and so different things could affect different people. But again, maybe it's the scenario where only a certain it's not supposed to be people, that's supposed to be beauty. Only a certain type of beauty, such as, a person's physical beauty causes the affliction, but there could also be scenarios where it's all forms of beauty. Random thoughts. Yes. Just sort of, what if beauty could literally steal your breath? Go. Anything you can think of. But the two other sections are, what if it was a rare affliction, but what if it was a global pandemic? So we can get a bit more specific with, outcomes here, as opposed to just, this could be, maybe this. I did spend a little while before I started trying to think of a better term than random thoughts, but it's what we used last time, so no real harm in using it. My body yearns sleep, but the mind says brainstorm. Please only stay. Please only stay if you're up to it. If you need sleep, you have to sleep. Blue frequently needs sleep. When Blue was putting the small one to bed, I was dropping off with every second line in The Tale of Peter Rabbit. It was, oh dear, it was a lot. Please sleep if you need to. The VOD will always be here. It will be here if you want to, if you would like to participate in the writing this time. It would be wonderful. That's something we'll have to talk about as well. Maybe after we go through these to just see everything we've got, we can have a chat about how we should go about doing the writing this time and where we should post things, because I'm still concerned I made things a little difficult last time. Probably simplify the process, maybe. Oh, are they affected if they look in a mirror? That's a maybe. I think we've got a few of those things down here. Oh dear, I can't find it. It'll be around here somewhere. Oh dear. Yes, we've got, if you find yourself physically, very, very physically attractive, sort of, when you look in the mirror, I think it definitely affect you. But, we wondered about, if you're in a healthy relationship with yourself and you love yourself, could that affect you? Or if you're just, I like my looks, I think I look good, would that affect you? We don't know. We should think about it. Could give us a good idea for writing. Crime Against Bedtime Stories. Well, I actually know Peter Rabbit quite well. I can usually recite it now because it's the last story before bed every night. Because the small one loves books, unsurprisingly, just as Blue, a library, loves books. So it's normally 5 or 6 books before bed. Not tonight, I was too tired. But Peter was always the last one, so I've got to know it very, very well. But if I'm really sleepy, just really random words start coming out of my head. Like, that's not what happens in the story. Why am I saying this word? Be right back. See you in a minute, Elfie. Oh, what if beauty replaces the oxygen in your lungs with macaroni? Well, it's a thought. It's a thought. Not necessarily. I'll put macaroni as an example, but what if beauty replaces the oxygen in your lungs with something else, e.g. macaroni? Or, what if beauty itself replaces the oxygen in your lungs? Can beauty, I'm going back to gases now. Beauty gas replaces, I don't know. Random thoughts. Oh no. Picture of I cannot pronounce that. Hanahaki. The roses in the lungs disease? No, I don't know that. I've never heard of that. Please, tell me, I'm intrigued. Blue is intrigued. Ag, no. I'm back. Hi, Elfie. I'll be intrigued again in a minute. I'm trying to go through things. I find macaroni beautifully delicious. I'm done for. Oh dear. Okay, where were we? Here we are. So people could be suffocating over maybe movies, books, video games, the faces of the children or loved ones, landscapes, painting, music, different genres of music. Oh dear. Concepts or ideas can also be beautiful, so they could affect certain people. That should be they. Yes, dating would be very awkward and difficult in this scenario. Spending time with loved ones would become very difficult. Oxygen tanks would probably become very important. Though this is still just general thoughts, not rare affliction versus global pandemic at this point. Oh, would you be able to taste the cheese if your lungs have macaroni in them, or could you just smell it only? I think you'd only be able to smell it, because I don't think your lungs have taste receptors. Yes, I don't think your lungs have taste receptors, so I'm not quite sure. I don't think you'd be able to taste it, just smell it. Maybe some of the beautiful voice can steal your breath. Definitely. Definitely. Let's just throw that here. Oh dear, just thought of if a person's ambition is perceived beautiful. Gain breath, would it become more grand? Oh, sorry. Big flick up. Here we go. Thought if a person's ambition is perceived beautiful and gain breath, would it become more grand or would it remain the same? I don't know. I think how to write that down. Beautiful. I think I see what you're getting at. Sorry, so this is the curse scenario, is it? Sorry. I think when I initially thought about this, I didn't even think of curses at all. So this one, I haven't done any thinking on. So if a person's ambition is perceived as beautiful and they curse someone and steal their breath, would their own ambition, etc., become more beautiful? Yes, I think we threw a few thoughts down as, yes, as to what does the breath do for the person who casts the spell. So yes. Yes, I think it would make sense for it to be related to beauty, given they're using beauty here. But I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be. Wait, every night? Are you being sweet? Is that going straight over Blue's head? I hope not. Beauty as a power without using the overused trope of charm is actually very good. Ooh, I'm glad you like it. Let's remind ourselves of that. I suppose we didn't look at it either as... Yes, I think someone mentioned superpowers, and I think my mind was everywhere and I didn't quite make some connections, but... Could this be a superpower? Like your, face, voice, personality, etc. can, steal people's breath. How could you use this power? What difficulties will you face in life, etc.? Yeah, that's another way to think about it. Oh, here we are. Oh dear, I'm behind. Unlucky was once a major trope in fan fiction, a disease where you cough out petals if you're bottling up your love feelings. To cure it, you either confess your love or forget about the person you love. I have never heard of that. That's really cool. I might just throw it down here because, yes, replacing the oxygen in your lungs with something else. The macaroni. Maybe put roses in there too. So, cough out petals if you're bottling your love feelings. Just love or forget about the person you love. That could really work well with these sort of ideas, couldn't it? And if untreated, leads to death, of course. Goodness me, it's really just the idea of people just coughing up rose petals from their lungs. It's both Really disturbing, but oddly beautiful as well, isn't it? It's one of those things. Oh, what would the embodiment of beauty be? Oh. You mean like, what was my immediate thought? Like, what was the, Venus or Aphrodite or something like that? Oh, it's good. Randomly remember that SCP story where Aphrodite turns out to be a trans man that hates his cults as an embodiment of feminine perfection. I did not know that was an SPC story. That's really cool. That is really cool. I like it. Oh, not that he has to hate his cult. It would be nice if you know, the cult knew what was going on and was cool. Oh, more lovely likes. Thank you so much. I've been a bit distracted. Oh dear, so many wonderful ideas from everyone. So would you know you found someone you accidentally like if they take your breath? I imagine that would be a good indication. I think so. Oh, Nyagoya pal. Hello, hello. I love your voice. Oh, thank you so much. That's so lovely of you to say. That's so lovely. See, 7454. Oh, SCP. Okay. Okay. I'll just throw that down and maybe look it up later. Yes, I have my pen and paper because I want it. Oh, could be an idea, dream, ambition. In father, so much breath it can will a body or become personified in some way. Ooh, that's good. That's good. I love it. I love it. So again, I'll just keep saying the curse scenario. I'm sorry if that's aggravating, but again, you know, I didn't think along the lines of curse or superpower or anything. It was just, you know, this is a disease. Oh dear, but this is making everything so much more interesting. Thank you, everyone. So, curse scenario. So, let's just say, sorcerer collecting breath. Oh, so there, idea, dream, ambition, etc. Gain so much breath can will a body form into existence, become personified. So do you reckon someone could literally make a god with this sort of thing? Something like that. Ooh. What if when you take someone's breath, you take it for yourself? Oh, I see what you're saying. So, I need to come up with some kind of key for this. What if when you steal someone's breath, you take it for yourself, increasing your own, you know, what is it? Culturally perceived beauty? Is that a way to... No, that's probably not the best way to phrase it. Eyes of, you know, your society. Oh, dear. Breath transfusions. Ooh, let me use that. What if people start wearing iron lungs to counter the situation? Iron lungs, another important thing to think about, along the lines of the oxygen tanks. But are iron lungs still those huge hulking machines that you have to lie in constantly? I was never quite sure how they worked, or have they been updated to something more transportable? Whoa. Hello, friends. Hello, Crater Fish. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. We keep, at the moment, I've been trying to sort of go back through what we've done so far, but we just keep coming up with more and more great ideas, so I keep getting postponed on that. So yes, we'll throw down the rest of the ones that are here, and then I'll try again. I will try again. Hello, howdy, and if the beauty industry evolves around accessories and mods for the iron lungs, ooh. Yes, we haven't talked much about the beauty industry in general yet, and what could sort of happen. I suppose that might go more down with the global pandemic situation, wouldn't it? What would happen with the beauty industry? Oh, are pets and animals affected too, or just humans? I had been going with just humans, but it could be pets, it could be animals, it could be whatever living thing can sort of perceive what's around them. Like, we don't really know how plants perceive things. Could plants start perceiving beauty and dying, and we just lose all oxygen? That seems a little extreme. Pets, animals, plants also be affected. Oh, no, it still looks like we're using those bulky pods. Systematic horror, my favorite. We know. We know. Okay. Does anyone else have any random immediate thoughts they want to throw out? Oh, mosquitoes would finally go extinct because blood is beautiful. Just thought, people to circumvent, they could try to use robots or such to make art, or make themselves cyborgs to avoid it. Let's see. Oh, what even is this section? The top section is just everything we can think of to do with it, and this is just getting more specific with what if it was a rare affliction, what if it was a global pandemic, what would happen? Use of robots, AI for art. Cyborgs to avoid art and beauty. Suddenly, beauty deities die out because of declining number of believers. Ooh. Declining numbers of believers. What if being ugly fills someone's lungs with air and oxygen? Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. The reverse effect. Oh, that is good. But then again, ugly is just as subjective as beauty is, really, isn't it? So again, it could depend on different people, but I suppose if we're being sort of superficial with appearance and societal beauty standards, there would be more people who would sort of know what category they fall into. Goodness me, that sounds awful. What if being there I am. Sorry. I'm skimming the notes. It's right in front of me. Ugly. Can fill someone's lungs with oxygen. Why can't I spell it? I typed it so many times during the last brainstorming session, didn't I? Oh dear. Sorry, I think I'm stumbling over my words a lot more than usual because I'm getting all excited from your wonderful ideas. I normally do my best to speak as clearly as possible, but I'm not doing so well this evening. I'm so sorry. And then, ugly people become saviors. Or a photo of the person become a creepypasta urban legend, but it was actually be true. Wow. So, you mean the photo of which person? Legend, but actually true. Oh, if everyone has this, I'm thinking beauty is a drug and erotic asphyxiation being a common thing. Like strip clubs are removing masks, not clothes. Ooh, yeah, so let's toss that down in the global pandemic section. We're never going to be able to go back and go over everything, are we? We've all got too many good ideas. By which I mean, keep the good ideas coming. spelt it correctly. I thought my finger slipped. Must clothe. What about beauty being a Lovecraftian being that gains power from each breath taken? Oh, that is wonderful. Let's throw that up here. Oh, goodness me. Random thoughts. So many random thoughts. Craftian. Oh, what's the term? Eldritch. Eldritch. That's the term. I love the word eldritch. Would beauty standards flip upside down if ugly people provided oxygen? I think after a while it would change people's perceptions. I think you're very, very right. We did talk about this a little bit in the global pandemic with sort of, you know, cycles of beauty standards. You know, you just naturally stop finding something beautiful as a self-preservation thing and move on to something else. So that would mean, you know, if, let's throw it down here. If beauty steals breath and ugliness gives it. So eventually what is beautiful and ugly might completely swap and be cycles again. Well, since beauty is subjective, there will be people dying from Yusrani's art of blue and those dying from SCP-096. Oh yes. Yes, so subjective. But yes, Yozorani's art is absolutely wonderful. It is so lovely, and I'm so glad they did it for me. And did everyone see the beautiful sketch art they did? I haven't retweeted it yet. I keep meaning to, but I keep getting distracted, and I don't like spending time on the Expert app or any social media apps, to be honest. Pretty much the only thing I do on them is the stream reminders. That's it. Yes, I will try to remember to retweet it soon. Well, I assume water-breathing creatures wouldn't be affected. Maybe everyone would want to be a mermaid or other water-breathing creature. Oh yes, we're just thinking breaths with lungs. Well, technically, you know, they are... fish and such are taking the oxygen through their gills, so it's still technically breath, it's just in a different way. So let's go up here. So are lungs and gills equal? I suppose that's one way to phrase it. If not, research into humans developing gills and becoming amphibious. Oh dear, here we are. Ooh. Sorry. My head, it's going in every direction. Have we done none of human beauty yet? Assuming global, imagine how horrifically bland everything is to prevent declining populations. Yes, we've talked a little bit about oh, where are we? Well, initially in this sort of pandemic, there'd be preventative measures like increased respiratory clinics, warnings at outside places known to be beautiful to a lot of people, and but that's just if it was everything and not just people beauty causing it. But yes, when beauty would eventually start being controlled. But yes, and world would become, what have I got down here? So, you know, world in 100 years, if the beauty pandemic is ongoing, become a very drab bunker-like society. And, you know, even if it's not art and such which are causing the problems, it's just people. I think it would still be a drab, grey, bunker sort of society. Oh dear. I'm getting so behind. I'm so sorry. Oh, another lovely like, thank you. It's wonderful that I'm getting so behind because you have such wonderful ideas. But I am the secretary getting flustered. Oh. Yeah, where are we? Ooh. Everything becomes very bland to prevent declining population. Yes. Population and crowd control through beauty. Maybe people people would want to be ugly, so self-harm will be common. A sad idea. Oh yes, that's along the lines as well of oh, more lovely likes, you're all so wonderful, thank you. The idea of using plastic surgery to diminish your perceived good looks to protect your loved ones or society, those sort of lines. So self-harm increases to diminish beauty and protect others. So no one wants to be beautiful. But then it comes the problem, what about cycling beauty standards? Things that are ugly will soon become beautiful to most people. Oh dear. Dystopian beauty soldiers. Don't know why this is giving me a well, okay. Let's get this down. Dystopian beauty soldiers. Oh, has anyone you probably have the YA series called Uglies. I've meant to read it for years, but I haven't read it yet. I think it's Uglies and then Pretties, and I've forgotten what the third book's called. There might be some pertinent things in that series for this, but again, haven't read it. So, oh, if two ugly people dated, could they permanently live in space water since oxygen fills their lungs? I don't know. Does it affect themselves, or can they only affect other people? I don't know. Yes. Yeah, I didn't really think about this as I was as I came up with the idea. I'm not really liking needing to use, beautiful people versus ugly people, because everything is so subjective, and it's just, a really superficial and nasty way to think about people, really. But just in the sense of just trying to do things simply. That's why I think I'm trying to stick to inverted commas here. But yes, definitely not intending to be nasty to anyone, and I hope everyone is doing okay with this topic so far. Oh, ugly people. Permanently. That's the second time I couldn't spell permanently. And again, permanently. I don't want to use the spell check. I want to spell it correctly myself. There. Oh, that kind of gave it to me, didn't it? It's not fair word. Couldn't let me do it myself. Yeah, space, water. Oh, a bit off topic. What's the difference between primordial and eldritch? I'm not sure. Well, primordial is sort of really ancient, I think, isn't it? Like the primordial soup, like super ancient, super beginning times. And I thought eldritch was just the sort of hellish beings from on high sort of thing. Not entirely sure, sorry. Oh yeah, I can give you a mermaid. Mermaid heart, but first I need a note from a pulmonologist saying you're afflicted with a beauty disease, and a note from the sexologist saying it's not a fetish. Mermaid heart transplants? But what about the mermaids? Fetish. There we go. How I imagine that would be in some places. Ooh, amphibious and amphibian's one of my favorite words. It is a good one. Yes. I've mentioned several times, I'm pretty sure, my amphibian-based story idea that I've got floating around. For that's the amphibian one. It's a fun storyline. I probably shouldn't try to go into it because I'll get 100% distracted, but still wondering whether I should do occasional random streams just going into detail about some of my story ideas that might take years to get to. Oh dear, movies and TV shows would have to be temporarily banned until beauty standards flip back around. Yeah, and they just keep cycling back between them. Yes, TV shows, DC, temporarily banned until beauty standards switch around. Keep cycling. Oh, speaking of different beauty standards, what if people get systematically tested for what type of people they find attractive and what archetype of beauty they are? Just like blood types. Ooh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Oh dear. Get systematically tested for what type of people. I'm just going to put other stuff too, just in case it applies to all things. Attractive and what type of beauty they are. Like blood types. That could be really interesting. Goodness me, I could probably come up with a full series, something like that. Come up with a full series for a lot of the ideas that have come out. It is very interesting. Oh, just a medical thing you go to update during yearly physicals, probably part of the regular blood tests you get that are monitored change through growth. Yes. So hearing, yearly physicals, etc. Part of regular blood tests. Monitor changes as grow. Yes, because unlike blood types, this probably would change as you grow. Oh, I don't know how hormone replacement therapy turned into. Oh no, I'm sorry. I misunderstood that. Sorry. I looked at HRT and was just like, heart? Yes, that's slightly better than hearts. I was, yes, concerned for the mermaids. There we go. I'm just going to put this in brackets for Blue's benefit. Hormone. Sorry about that. As I said, many things go straight over Blue's head. Mermaids would go extinct if it was the heart, or heart transplant. Because I put it down. We'll keep it there. What about the mermaids? Sirens. Ooh, yes, sirens. They what is it? They become what the people find most attractive, don't they? So men, women, or in my case, garlic bread. Yes, sirens. That's something we haven't thought about yet. Sirens. You know, what we individually find most attractive. Could the sirens be stealing breath for something? Heart transplants, yes. Oh wow, 9 lovely likes. You guys are so wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I am. It is. Oh dear, I'm just looking at my tiny list of ideas that I had from a few months ago and comparing it to this massive. Oh, I'm glad it's auto-saving, but I still want to hit that just in case. Don't want to lose this. And how did I post it for you last time? I think I made a Tumblr post and then linked the Tumblr post in a community note. That might be the easiest way to share this, so you can go back through it when you're thinking of ideas for writing. Oh, dearie me. So, maybe before going back through what we've got so far, I am willing to keep going longer if people have more ideas and they want to brainstorm for longer. yes, and I still wanted to think more about if it's, you know, a sort of a rare condition, whether, you know, just in the curse scenario, or if it's a health disorder of some sort. I still want to think about more, you know, treatment for this and living with this condition, sort of when it's not the whole world living with it, it's just you. Oh, random thought, one could make like a Pinocchio story in the sense of becoming a real person by being the most beautiful and gain life in that way, or something like that. Okay. I spelled that wrong, didn't I? Yep. I'm not gonna... Yep. There we go. Person. And then... So this is if it's... Now, if it's sorcerers doing this, it'd be like almost a competition between sorcerers to gain the most breath and whatever the breath gives them, or rivalry of sorts. For those who would do this, I imagine it's very unscrupulous sorcerers. There's that new show that somehow made the near extinction of human males a thing. The boys are essentially all captured and on government-mandated dating shows, but they made that a rom-com? That's a real thing? Oh, no. I thought it was real for a second. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry. Again, straight over Blue's head. Okay, that's a very... interesting dystopian idea. Sorry, I was really concerned for a second that was a real show. Oh dear. Not as in a real, you know, reality show, but an actual show that has already been made. Okay, so show idea. Okay. Yeah, extinction of human males. All boys captured and on government mandated dating shows. Make it a rom-com. I am also team. Yeah, team garlic bread. Team garlic bread. How do we twist this idea into a rom-com is how I'm saying. Well, think about it. We'll think about it. Everything can be a rom-com if you find it attractive enough. Yeah, no, it's called Ready, Set, Love. You're not reinvented. Well, there was an anime with that idea, except they were tasked with repopulating the world with more male children. I see. It's I had a a while back. What's it called? Gender plague stories. Yes, I think the way that they are frequently done these days is not brilliant. So if we think about gender plague sort of thing, we've got to do it thoughtfully. Oh, it came out recently. Wow, that was oh, how would you go about treatment from the breathtaking curse / disease? Oh dear. Sorry, I'm guessing Blue is just getting confused with tiredness and things going straight over her head and trying to wrap her head around things and not quite succeeding. Oh dear. Treatment. Yes, I think we threw a few treatment ideas down here. Think if it was a sort of a mental health disorder or another kind of a kind of respiratory disease when you get asthma-like symptoms due to beauty. If it's that sort of thing and it's due to sort of some kind of chemical imbalance in your body, that should be, able to be treated with drugs and relaxation therapy and possibly CBT and stuff like that. But yeah, the curse, it would all depend on whether it was Treatment for curse. Curse. Strength of the curse, whether it's short or long term, and whether there are any actual, antidotes. That it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter about what the cast is doing. There could be antidotes. If not, at the mercy of the sorcerer, pretty much. Oh dear. I reincarnated as a freshman girl, and now the Messiah wants to date me. Oh dear. Sorry, I think my head is starting to spin. I'm just going to have some water. Sorry. Too many thinky thoughts. Not going to lie, I'd read it. Would that let you apply for disability papers and a social pension? You mean having this affliction? I don't know. I imagine it would depend on the strength of it. Like this. I imagine if it's a rare thing, probably. If it's a pandemic, no. Because everyone would be going on it, and governments do not want that. Oh, is cute and or beauty, because if so, baby's got to be covered. Parents and the rest of the family not being able to look after their child for long periods of time. Think of the milestone delays. And see lips. Oh, yes. We had talked a little bit about difficulty in spending time with family, but I didn't think about it. We didn't think about it in terms of, developmental effects on being, infants being unable to spend time with their parents. Not sure if it's cute or all, but I think, the majority of parents, no matter what their babies look like, just find them to be, the most beautiful creature alive. So it could definitely affect, if we're saying that kind of beauty does cause us, and it's not just sexual or romantic, then yes, that would definitely affect. So, what is it? Family issues, parents being able to raise their children, unable to spend much time with them, effect on the children, emotionally, developmentally. Oh, spending your whole infancy in a see-through incubator. Oh, goodness me. Infant spending infancy. Clever. Clever blue. No, what's the term? Opaque. Oh yeah, and they'll have arguments, either insurance, like how other people with chronic diseases do it. Oh yeah. Oh dear, yeah. Definitely affects sight development. I imagine they'd potentially do something inside the incubator, so it's still opaque, but the child would still sort of get the lights going on and off and have stimulus around them. Because it's not, the infant's only really affecting the parents and possibly other family members or very close friends, so... Or at least that in that scenario where it's just because, you're my child, therefore most beautiful creature alive. But if it's just cute or all causing it to, then yeah, it'll be all babies would be going through that, wouldn't it? Goodness me, that's a disturbing thought. books, pretty much. Oh dear. But, you know, what age do they have to reach to come out? Oh dear. I shadowed a paediatrician this past week. I'd have fallen dead before my first morning was over. They're so cute. Well, yeah. We've got that down there. And maybe that could lead to the disappearance of visual beauty and migration to auditory beauty. Oh, if it's initially just... Oh, you mean as sort of the dominant form of beauty? And is this in a scenario where it's just sort of seeing these things? I suppose it would have to be. All of the scenarios. Oh dear. Oh. Importance of visual beauty decreases, leads to auditory beauty being the most dominant form. Dominant form, which in turn leads to auditory beauty causing more problems to soundproof incubators, etc. Deadly loop. Difficulties in medical treatment in general. How do doctors look at you with a whole different system of identification? Fingerprints instead of faces on the IDs. Oh. Yes. ID cards. Sorry, just drifting and thinking there. February stream, hehe, Gasco Brewer, chemistry fun facts. Today, dystopic nightmares. Yeah, it's okay. Remember, next two brainstorming streams should hopefully be slightly more cheerful and all funny. What's going on now? I needed a snack break. Yes, talking briefly about medical care and whether we would have difficulties in getting medical care. Oh dear. Sorry, drifting again. I should have a drink of water. Yay. Oh dear. So, can we just very quickly discuss what people think about how we should share our stories this time? Oh no, quickly, sorry. I have vague thoughts on a dramatic romance, possibly bordering on a toxic relationship, and how they're so in love they'll die for each other. Oh goodness me. If that's the idea you want to do you want me to not pop it down, or just down as a thought? So in love, willing to die for each other. And they do. Toxic relationship. Oh dear, if you think about logos will not exist that someone could find beautiful logos. Oh. And you know, just a whole lot of all of the art. So, any cure for the breathtaking curse/illness? I think I threw a few things down up here. Where are we? I can't find it. Treatment for curse. I've got, depends on the strength of the curse, whether it's short or long term. There might be, you know, magical sort of antidotes made, and if not, they're at the mercy of the sorcerer. Just as general thoughts. And if it's I think I might have already put something earlier, but if mental health or other disorder due to chemical imbalances or other difficulties in the body, probably, you know, treatment similar to other KBT, relaxation, decreasing stress, all those sort of things. Oh, send stories through pigeon carrier mail. That might be a little difficult. I will consider it, but maybe a little difficult. Oh, for any HSR fans, I think that Black Swan Times by Archeron, where Black Swan is really into Archeron's face and she does crazy girl Black Swan stuff about it. Oh dear. I'm so sorry I didn't actually follow any of that. A second pigeon carrier. Did you hear the strength of Blue's sigh there? Did you hear the strength of it? Much sigh. Oh dear. I imagine it could be like many real disabilities or chronic disease. You can still live your normal life, but you need meds, assistant tools, and regular care. I think so. That's why I really wanted to talk about... what did I do? Okay. Really wanted to talk about this one more. You know, like any disabilities, chronic diseases, live your life, but need meds, assistance, tools, regular care, etc. Oh, yo, hello, banana. Lovely to see you. Oh, yeah, are they strong enough to carry cuneiform clay tablets? Please don't do that to the pigeons. Be kind to the pigeons. Ooh, don't judge a boo by its cover, touch to discover. Oh, okay. I did watch someone who streamed HSR, but they haven't streamed for a while. That's how I got here. Oh. I'm so sorry. What is HSR? Blue is not on top of this. Blue is probably, outing herself as a hermit. As if you probably didn't already guess that. Well, that would be a good idea, but I personally don't feel like I could portray that authentically, okay? Oh, thanks for that, banana. Oh, sorry, Elfie, what are you referring to? Chronic breathtaking. Yes. Control X jump scare. Oh, Honkai Star Rail. Yes, I have heard of it. I think I watched someone play it very briefly, but not too long. Oh, they've been fed bread infused with steroids, so yes, they should be strong enough. Oh, these pigeons. Powerful pigeons. How many coconuts could they carry on a line, do you think? Oh wait, that's not pigeons, that's swallows. I'm sure pigeons could also carry coconuts on a line. Ooh. It's like Kenshin's generous sister. Oh dear. So I was thinking randomly that, I don't know a huge amount about ScribbleHub, but having gone on it, I did kind of like the look of it. So maybe if people were interested in maybe making ScribbleHub accounts, that might be a way to do it. Because yes, when Ashley popped their story on ScribbleHub, when I just looked up the hashtag, MacGuffins You Write on Google, it just popped up straight away. And I think possibly you could tag me or something in the synopses of the stories if we did something like that. Just mean it might be a good way to sort of keep everything together, and so Blue knows exactly where to look for things. Oh, I switched the letters around. I'll get a ScribbleHub account. Okay, that's only if everyone is comfortable with that. And it is a site that has, pop a cover up there, but please don't worry about covers. I'm pretty sure you don't have to put something on. Pretty sure you don't. And if they do, it's just, find a random picture, I guess. But if that just makes things too difficult, we can discuss another way to do things. We'll could try to make one. I prefer using a community post. Could make one. Okay, if there's ways people would prefer to do it, and you really don't want to make a ScribbleHub, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know where it is. Just make sure to let me know, and I will still search the hashtags and such in the Expert app, and also I can think Tumblr. But yes, I am just Moonfeather Blue there everywhere, as I am everywhere. Did I already say everywhere? I am just Moonfeather Blue in as many places as I can be. Oh, by the way, I don't mind drawing people's covers for free. That would be lovely of you, but you've also got a lot of your own work and writing and drawing to do, and we don't really want to burden people with that. That's only something if you really, really want to do it. Just keep it simple. I know, but still, you've got yourself to think about. You had a good rhythm when you were saying your username. Thank you. I've gotten used to saying it. Much practice. So, at this point, we're reasonably happy, unless you really don't want to, which is absolutely fine, and you just sort of direct me to where yours is, like with Elfie. I know for you it'll be in your community posts. If we're okay with giving ScribbleHub a go, and if we run into problems there, we can always try something else. But yes, if that's all right with people, I will make a community post at some point indicating that, and hopefully that will make things a little simpler. It's still using the same hashtag, and maybe including an at Moonfeather Blue just to make sure I can see it. I think that should work, but still, just looking it up, I'll hopefully just be able to see everything there. Oh, random thought, having a Discord would make it easier to find proofreaders. I know, if we had a Discord, we could probably just pop it all on Discord. We just link to where we've put it. I will make one eventually. I'm sorry. I know I'm sort of putting it off because my anxiety levels related to making a Discord are quite high. I will get to it, and maybe once I do get to it, if we're not enjoying using ScribbleHub, we can go back to posting it wherever we're most comfortable to, and then just have a channel on Discord where we can link all of our stories there. We will see. I'm experiencing art block, so I kind of need that. Oh, I'm making a ScribbleHub account, the cover thing. Yes. But still, pop it in your community notices too if you want to. It could be fun. I mean, they're everyone's stories. You can pop them wherever you want. I was just, I suppose, looking for a way to consolidate things to make blue administration a little easier, I guess. I hope I'm not sounding too lazy. I'm sorry. It's just tidiness. Tidiness pleases my mind. You want me to make a skeleton server for you, then I'll give you ownership so you can tweak it. I just need some thoughts and notes on what you want. Do both. We can see. It's another thing. I just don't want to sort of pile work on any of you. We're already doing so much just by being here, pretty much. You're all amazing, and I don't want to, what's the word? Put you out, if that's the correct term. Don't want to cause you any difficulties, but we will see. If that's something you'd like to talk about, Craterfish as something we might do, just let me know, and we will see where that goes. This isn't a work. I know, but it's still taking your time, and I know, well, hopefully it's something you enjoy. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be here if you didn't enjoy it to some extent. But still, you're giving me your time and your attention and your talent. It's, a wonderful thing. I mean, if people are offering, then it wouldn't be a burden. I guess so, but still. It's, well, I suppose Blue has a habit of biting off more than she can chew, and, getting too enthusiastic and offering to do all of this stuff that she actually has no capacity to do. But hopefully you are a lot more intelligent than Blue is in that manner. Yeah, don't worry, if I'm offering it's because my ADHD is saying yes to the thing. Well, if that's the ADHD talking, maybe that's saying yes, but the rest of you is trying to haul it back. Oh, I'm treating this as a movie night this afternoon. Yay. Yay, brainstorming movie night. Oh dear, Blue just got hit by the hungries. I think I've still got some of a packet of chips left. Oh, going back to the brainstorm. I'm sorry. Tangenting. Beauty could become something like alcohol or cigarettes, something people know is dangerous but still do it to feel the artificial euphoria. Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. Put that under global pandemic or just the random thoughts? Maybe just pop it in random thoughts for now. I suppose it doesn't really matter where things go. Just small attempt at keeping things vaguely organized. Beauty. Something like alcohol, cigarettes. Diggity dang, 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 dang. There we go. Cigarettes. What's the term? Recreational. Drugs. Oh. Woke up due to alarm. Went back to bed. Woke up from a dream where I was writing because I remembered you were streaming, and that's how I got onto this stream. Oh, I'm sorry we woke you up. I know you want to be here, but still. Sleep. Sleep is important. Yes, that the beauty being alcohol, cigarettes, is a really, really good idea. Let's remember how complicated the art of wine tasting is, to the point where there's a whole battle marker around it. Well, beauty tasting. Be almost like eating the puffer fish as well. The risk. Ooh. That's Tadashi Agi's Drops of God, if anyone's interested. No, I haven't heard of that one. Drops of God. Drops of God manga. Well, I dreamed I finished my MacGuffin's You Right story. What the telekinetic gas one. I think that story, if it was ever written in its entirety, would be fairly epic. A really big fantasy epic. With lots of journeying and discovery. And it would probably take a very long time to write. Oh, dearie me. I think so too. Yes. Let's, Well, I think that's how I'll describe myself when my thoughts from now on alarming. I want kettle chips. Ooh, kettle chips are pretty good. Oh, ages ago when I used to live somewhere else and I had a service station, petrol station, a gas station, right across the road pretty much from where I lived, and it was 24 hours. And they seemed to always have, the really, really spicy kettle's chips at a really, really good price. So I ate a lot of those during that time. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, but they are not a good price here. I have not had kettle's chips in a long time. Well, I'm afraid about the length of my story because it's already longer than Vapors of Wealth. I'm just at the beginning of chapter 2. Out of 4 or 5. Write your story, Ashley. I will read it. It may take a while, but we will read it. Oh, I'm eating sriracha chips. They taste weird. Ooh, sriracha chips. I am intrigued. I am intrigued. But yes, please try not to worry too much about the length. It's, if it's a novel, I'd probably only read some of it, but, at the moment, honestly speaking, we're probably not going to get more than, 5 or 6 stories maximum, really. So we've got time, and if you've got a long story, it saves Blue floundering about trying to write something live for you, which she is not really ready to do. I did my best last time, but I already had a lot of that idea down. I do want to write that one properly, because I still think my dad joke at the end is funny. Oh, I think I'm typing too frequently. You've either been missing my comments or the system is eating it. I'm sorry. Am I missing them? I hope not. I'm so sorry if I am. Oh, anyone an enjoyer of wasabi chips? I have not tried them. Oh. Yeah, sometimes chat does eat comments, strangely enough. Oh, I haven't written at all about my novel-length idea, even though I'm on a break. Oh dear. Well, you got to rest during your breaks too. Oh, point of view. The reading stream is 5 hours long. Well, given this next reading stream will be on, during the day for me, while my small one's at kindergarten, it probably couldn't be any more than 4.5 hours at the absolute longest. That would be if Blue skips lunch. But yes, I'll see how this Monday goes. I'll be hopefully popping up my schedule for next week. It's weird to call it a schedule when it's just the one day, but stream announcement, I guess. And I've got that one starting at 10:30 for me. If I find I can get home and set up sooner than that, I'll be edging that earlier and trying to start at 10 for the next time. 9:30 is probably pushing it. I've got to walk back from the small one's school. So 10's probably the absolute earliest for me, but then, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 2:30. Yes, probably 4.5 hours is the absolute limit I'll be able to do going during the day. And again, that's, yes, skipping lunch. Never tried wasabi. Oh, I think I've just had wasabi on little tastes on things. I've never attempted a large amount at one time. I agree, your dad joke's wrong. I do my best. Oh, and then when Blue gets more fans, I'd have to split the reading stream into more parts or just make it a lottery. I doubt very highly at this point I'm going to get very more people watching. It's I suppose, that sounds too self-deprecating. It's just, I've already been vaguely alarmed by the growth so far. It's just been amazing. It's been amazing, and there's so many of you, and it's wonderful. But yes, I suppose I'm hoping vaguely that when I start releasing novels and such, both in written and audiobook on YouTube form, that maybe I'll get a bit more of a boost in people who are interested, maybe. But yeah, I'm happy at the moment with the gradual growth. I honestly think if Blue suddenly exploded and many people started watching and subscribing, I think I would actually panic, honestly, initially at least. And we'll capture more. No capturing. Well, in a decade. Yeah, may take a while. But, yes, I suppose if it, for whatever reason, more people were watching and lots of people were writing the stories, Blue would probably have to go through in advance and, pick ones to read, but she would still try to make a community post linking to everyone who did a story, unless it was into, you know, the hundreds or something, in which case I would say, go through the hashtag. There's wonderful stories there. Well, I'll try to get my friend to watch. If you think they'd be interested, that would be lovely. I mean, I suppose it's... I've avoided saying things like this because it sounds like, you know, fishing for views, maybe. But if you do know of anyone who you think would enjoy Blue's streams and stories and such, you can feel free to let them know. Sharing is caring. At least I'm honestly not trying to fish for views or subscribers. Again, if Blue suddenly exploded, would panic. Would possibly, you know, throw up. You know, Blue would like growth, but that kind of sudden popularity looks like it would be a lot. Oh, in all honesty, I'm glad the algorithm recommended your channel. This has been the most I've ever spoken, truth be told. I'm so glad you are enjoying it and you're feeling comfortable to speak with us. That is a wonderful thing. And please, if you're not comfortable at any point, you can lurk, you can talk, whatever you are most comfortable doing. Okay? You owe Blue nothing. None of you do. It's whatever you're happy to do. Although he'll lose some sleep. But we don't really want our friends losing sleep over Blue. Not great. VODs are there. VODs are nice. I know, you know, for me as well, it's the whole sort of seeing stuff happening as it happens that's really appealing about streamers, but the VODs can still be pleasant. Good things to sleep to, maybe. I suppose that's another interesting thing I ran across in my analytics. Not that I know much about them, but you know, even though my views aren't ridiculously high, they're still, you know, really high for a creator of my current size. But my watch hours are, you know, nothing to sneeze at. So thank you so much, all of you. That's all down to you. That's amazing. Oh, you're growing your empire if you get like a high-rank position like Colonel. Colonel is a good one. Colonel Mickey. Wait, none of you are captured like me. Someone yoinked me out of the ocean and placed me in front of Blue's streams. Well, by you mean an entire crate of fish, of course. Though you exploded, you would die. I would. It would not be fun. Blue does not wish to explode. Oh, fanfic idea. Oh dear. Blue becomes a goddess and she chooses 12 of us to be her priest, one for every month in the year. The religion grows with full moons becoming celebration days. That is a lovely idea. If you want to go for it, go for it. I'll read it during one stream or something. Sounds like fun. But, you know, you do not want to embarrass Blue too badly. Because I think Blue is more likely to become so embarrassed she'd want to crawl under the floorboards than, you know, than her ego would grow with that. Blue's ego, you know, is, you know... In most situations and scenarios, Blue's ego could do with being a little tougher, honestly. Oh dear. I think that reminds me of... Oh, how old was I? I think I was about 9 years old in school, and we were having to think of our faults or something to share with the class. And I don't know. I know I'm absolutely loaded with faults, but put in the moment, I was having difficulty thinking of them, and the teacher just sort of answered for me and just said, toughen up. And that kind of, you know, hurt sensitive Blue's feelings a little, and that stuck with her for a very long time. As in, you know, it seemed to be saying that being sensitive and being shy is a flaw, which I don't really think it is, really. Yeah, I don't know. Ah, here we are. And the blue moons become the most important ones. Lovely blue moons, they're so pretty. Oh, to be honest, the only streamer I know of that deserves my subscription. I volunteer for May, don't know why. I'm sure people would be happy for you to have May. Oh, I first came through in the gas stream got recommended when I was looking for a video about a guy making cheese, and the comments were filled with angry Italians. Well, I'm glad to know the sort of content I'm getting recommended on. It is useful. I think I got excited one time because I thought I was recommended on a Mume video, but I think it wasn't, on Mume's channel. I think it was a Clipper. But still, pretty cool. Oh, fanfic idea. You're not part of my 5-year plan. Of course not. Mickey's the June priest. March would be nice too. Well, March is Blue's birthday. It's my birthday this coming Friday. Yay. Yay. So I will not be... I won't be streaming on my birthday. Maybe if I'm a bit bigger, I'll decide to stream on my birthday next year. Ooh. I've only thrown my Guri's Discord. Yes. Yes, we are both there. I only chat occasionally because I'm shy. I am a streamer and I'm chatting to all of you, but I am shy. I have difficulty chatting on Discord. Oh, yeah. Can I be October since I like Halloween? I'm sure October can be all yours. Yeah, you want to be August because it's the sturgeon moon. Me too, Blue. Yeah, it is. It's difficult. Everyone on a My Goodies Discord seems absolutely lovely. But as well, I get a little intimidated as well because I feel not very intelligent compared to most of you. Or maybe it's just, my head doesn't think those ways a lot of the time. I just feel very sort of splat approach with my writing, I guess, compared to what a lot of the lovelies on that Discord seem to talk about. Everything is just sounds so finessed and beautiful and well thought out, whereas I'm just like, la 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 la, explosions, fight scenes, monsters. That's Blue's sort of thing. Oh, you dare address my August self, kneel before the mighty great. September is yours, Ashley. I'm not intelligent. Have you seen what I've been commenting on these streams? Your comments are absolutely lovely and oh so appreciated. Please no putting down of your comments. No putting down of your comments. Ooh. Can't be a gamer girl, then I became a gamer girl. Oh, I'm so impressed by the speed for their art creation there. I know, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe. So, we've just turned into a bit of a chat stream now. If anyone has any more ideas for the What If Beauty Could Steal Your Breath, let me know and I'll find somewhere to throw them down. But yes, my Monday stream this coming week, which will be the only stream that week, and Monday streams will be the only streams for the foreseeable future. Please remember it's my Maiguri collab, and yes, she's put together sort of an archaeological task for us to do. And I'm both excited and anxious. But I've figured out how to set everything up, so hopefully the scuff will be minimal at least. And a Maiguri should actually be there in the chat to give us a hand or giggle at Blue's despair, whatever's appropriate at the time. So yes, that'll be 10:30 on Monday morning my time. But again, hopefully after the stream, I'll remember to pop up that stream reminder / schedule thing. So that will hopefully be fun. And yeah, I still haven't decided what we'll do after we've done all the deciphering of the artifacts and piecing together of the festival and world. It depends on how much time we've really got. We can just sort of throw around a few ideas for how it could be used in stories, or if we've got a lot of time for whatever reason, we can try to, actually make a plot line for a novel like a Maiguri did in her video of the collab. Did you all go watch that? It's really good. It's lots of fun. I think I popped a link to it in my community posts. I think I did. Or if not, I would have linked to a Maiguri at least. I'm behind in chat again. Here we are. No, September is the harvest moon. Indeed. Action is my weakest writing thing. I don't know how to make it interesting and dynamic. I'm better inclined towards winding and borderline obnoxious descriptions. Yeah, I just sort of really, I didn't know I was kind of good. I think I'm good. I enjoy reading my fight scenes at least, so hopefully that's a sign they're not absolutely terrible. But I found out I was kind of good when I started writing the fic version of the Magicals story. And yeah, I've stuck with that. I don't have as many fight scenes in my other stories, but this one is just loaded with them. There's a few in my high fantasy, and I think one or two will pop up in the shapeshifter story. Yeah, they'll all pop up. They'll pop up in random places, but there's a lot of fight scenes in my main magical project. That's its whole thing. Oh, it'll be so fun not sleeping, honestly. I think so. I'm sorry. Oh, I know. Bad time. It's a bad time for the lovely people in Europe. I know. But maybe when my time changes to Australian Eastern Standard Time, at least I think that'll shift it slightly earlier for you. Very, very slightly, maybe. Oh, my brain out of ideas now. It's only operating on auto. Yeah, I think Blue's hit that point too. Oh, goodness me. I am Nero Claudius Caesar, Augustus Germanicus, bow before TBJS Crater Fish. Is everyone bowing appropriately? Blue is trying to bow, but not quite getting the right angle. Ooh. About that, will the schedule be published earlier this week? I'm aiming to pop it up right after stream if I can. Though I'll probably have to call it reasonably soon. Once we've finished chatting for a while, we'll try to go quickly through what we've got and then we'll finish up. But I have it ready to go. I will try to post it before I go to bed. Oh, that's cool. Nero from Fate. Oh, I was there at the premiere, my Gurus collab. Yes, it's a pretty good video. It's very useful. But again, Maiguri is one of those wonderful people who does make me feel a little unintelligent occasionally. And I do not want to put anything on her for that. She is absolutely wonderful. I suppose we just approach things so differently. And I just feel, again, very splat and very simple compared to how she seems to think about things. Yeah, I suppose there's nothing wrong with being splat and simple. It just, I just feel so less refined, really. Oh dear, beauty battles. Oh yes. Oh yes, my negator ability is unbreathe. Beauty battles. Goodness me, this is a big section. Unbreathe. Oh, it's a good time for my friend. Wonderful. Oh, sorry for that. Undead Unluck is just such a comfort show. Okay. I have not seen it. I don't have time to bow. I bow meekly. Oh, little VTuber bounces. I did my best. I tried to bow. Oh, also, I could just think this concept would be a good JoJo stan ability. Oh, would this work well in JoJo? Oh. How is making you feel unintelligent amazing? If I phrased it like that, I'm sorry. Not quite what I meant to get across. No. I am being made to feel unintelligent. Unintentionally by others. And they are amazing. The fact that I am feeling unintelligent is not amazing. Oh, stand name. Take my breath away. Stand master. Terry Berlin? Oh dear. I am just popping onto another tab for a second to get my lyrics up ready, just so I'm not floundering for them later. Or he's a mess, don't judge Blue's bowling ability. I do my best. Oh, dearie me. Rigging is hard. I know nothing about it, and I know it is just super hard. It's my rigger did do a wonderful job. It's just, wow, rigging is hard. Like building skeletons and physics out of nothing. Oh, dearie me. So, yeah, I'm trying to learn rigging. Oh, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Much admiration from Blue. That is something Blue will never approach. Oh, dearie me. So, do we just want to go quickly through all of these? Yeah, we do have to appreciate the little details of the jumping feathers. I know, they're lovely. Lovely feathers. And I like how my plait just swishes like that. It's so cute. Let us go through this pretty quickly. After 1 year, I'm still confused. Gambatte, you can do it. Just take your time, approach everything at the speed that best suits you and the amount of time that best suits you. It's, you know, we don't want to get overwhelmed by these things. So, let's just try to go through, just so everyone sees everything we've thrown down. And then, may have to call it, and I'll try to get the schedule up. I may not do a post sort of talking about how we'll try using ScribbleHub this time and reminding people how things could work. What date did I date for the reading stream? Just let me check the calendar. I know it's a long time from now, but I think I was going to go with the 6th of May for the reading stream for this one. I was going to go the 6th of May because, where are we? So we'll have this Monday stream, and then the next Monday, which is the 1st of April, and then the 8th of April. But then after that, I'll be away for pretty much the rest of the month. And I think I'll be back on the 28th, which is a Sunday for me, but I do not think I will be stream ready for Monday morning the next day. So I'll be pushing it back to the 6th of May, which will be my first stream back, so it'll be nice to do a reading one for that. Do not blush too hard, Elfie. Well, you can. Yes, not saying you can't blush, but it is okay. It is okay. So yes, the reading stream for this brainstorming will probably be the 6th of May. So that'll give you all lots and lots of time. And, you know, I was in the way of thinking that more time is better than less generally. I suppose I was just a bit concerned that when there's that much time, it's easier to sort of get distracted or put things off or forget about things and such. The blushing stopped. Yay! Well, I'm sure you're adorable blushing. So I'm pretty sure everyone is adorable blushing. Let's go. So brainstorming. What if beauty could literally steal your breath? Random thoughts. So if we see something beautiful to us, we start turning blue and suffocating. So asthma-like effects. Sorry, it's that love heart again, just hiding what everyone's trying to say. See, I put things no matter what. Okay. So, beauty makes us turn blue, suffocate, asthma-like symptoms, but can get really bad and cause death probably if there is not relief. So beauty's subjective, different things would affect different people. So possible scenarios when only a person's physical beauty can cause the affliction could also be all forms of beauty. So you could be, suffocating over pretty much anything that has the potential of being found beautiful. All things creative, poetry, books, video games, movies, but also things like faces of children and loved ones, people you find attractive, landscapes, music, smells. Haven't thought much about smells yet, but smelling a rose could kill you. Things like that. Oh, I must confess I've fallen into the chat a rabbit hole. My ADHD loves the immediate feedback, but also actually want to write. I'm glad you really want to write. It's sometimes an elusive thing, isn't it? We want to write, but we don't want to write. It can be very difficult. Okay, so concepts or ideas can also be beautiful, so that would affect certain people. Dating will be awkward and potentially dangerous. Oh, spending time with loved ones could become very difficult. Might have to be carting around oxygen tanks. Could the breath stolen by beauty be collected and used for example, filling oxygen tanks, spells, and we do go a lot more into that in the curse scenario. Will whatever steals the breath, if it's not a natural affliction, gain life or improvement in life? Yes, we talk more about that later. Can different levels of beauty affect people differently? Like a cute kitten video could make you wheeze a bit, looking at Mount Fuji could make you faint. But again, it will be different for different people. If it's a natural affliction, symptoms similar to asthma attack from mild to severe. And in this scenario, we're not really thinking breath being collected. It's a disease of some sort. If it's a nefarious sort of curse, maybe it's built into the spell for how the breath is collected, or maybe the caster needs to be nearby to collect it manually. We could also be affected by dreams in our sleep. We wake up gasping and or dead. If people find the smell of air to be beautiful, it could be an infinite loop. Well, non-writers won't understand. Yeah, it's, I pretty much want to write at every moment, but I don't want to write at every moment. I hope I'm getting the tones close to what they need to be. Oh dear, here we are. So if you find yourself extremely physically attractive in a very narcissistic sort of way, would you be affected? If you simply, in a healthy way, you like your looks, happy with your looks, would that affect you? If you have a healthy relationship with yourself and you love yourself as you should, could you be affected? The potential of plastic surgery to diminish your looks to stop hurting your loved ones. But would that work? Because your loved ones love you, not how you look, and find you beautiful because of your soul, sort of beautiful because personalities. So beautiful no matter how you look. So something like this could be tried in this pandemic scenario, but maybe found to not be very effective. Well, how much have I written in those 3 hours, 11 lines, and started on the 12th? Ooh, that's definite writing. Good work. Good work. Soul surgery, maybe. Soul surgery. Kind of a very frightening thought, that one. Does love equate to beauty? I think it depends on the situation, scenario, different people, because it is also subjective. Excuse me, sorry. What if it's only beautiful humans that cause the affliction, not art, nature, etc.? And what about the poor people who find something beautiful in everything? I think they are not in for a very happy life if it's the pandemic situation. You could use it as an excuse to get out of classes. I find the language beautiful, I cannot attend. And if you do find a particular language beautiful, hearing it would affect your breathing, so that would, limit the places you can travel, some of the people you can talk to and such. What about the poor people who find VTuber feet beautiful? What about them? Oh, your favourite food could affect you. You wouldn't be able to eat it anymore. But as well, some people could not be affected by any beauty at all. So in the pandemic scenario, they would not be affected at all, and they'd be able to take advantage of the situation. But again, in the pandemic situation, we'd have some people who aren't affected by beauty, and so that's the reason they're not being afflicted. But I think there would just be some people who are immune, as though to diseases and such. Ooh, I zoned out. Did I hear VTuber feet? You did. You did. Oh no, I can't take Spanish classes anymore. Oh dear, where are we? So how powerful a spell will be required to make a singular person lose breath at the sight of beauty? And what about many people at once? If it's a powerful spell, it might take a novice a huge amount of power, but a master could be able to do it with just a click of their fingers. Curse scenario. How painful is it to lose breath? Would depend on the strength of the particular spell, maybe. If it's drawn out of the lungs and you can't breathe it back. It could be very distressing. How long does it last? Does it go until death? Just until they have the breath that is currently in your lungs? Is that all that it's taking? It's not a sort of preventing you from breathing in again? I'm not sure. Okay. Yes, you heard right, yes. If I lose my breath from hearing Spanish, yes, it would make it difficult to study Spanish if you stop breathing every time you hear it. Oh, wait, if that was a disability, what forms of ableism would it birth? Oh, look at Jack, scared to go into the Louvre, how pathetic. Yes, that is right. That is right. Let me throw it down. Oh goodness, it's so long. It'll be far worse than taunting, but where are we? Down here somewhere. And I'll be writing about how the beauty of VTuber feet can take your breath away. Not really. If that's what you want to write about, you go for it. I think again, just the only thing Blue wants people to keep in mind when they're writing is to try to avoid or write around topics that would probably make a number of people uncomfortable or distressed. So, be careful writing around things like gore or abuse or sex or anything along those lines. Hitman sending you the feet pic. Excuse me. Where we are. Painful. Yes, natural affliction scenario. It's similar to asthma and other breathing conditions. Could be painful and distressing to a similar sort of degree. But maybe it doesn't cause any huge health issues. It's just annoying. If your breath is being stolen or something, it causes a huge cough and feels like getting the wind knocked out of you, but no more permanent damage. Just, well, that was weird. Let's keep going. I do like this one because it does mean makes things sound a little more cheerful and or funny. Oh, 2 types of fear. One associated with the feelings of suffocation without a way to stop it, and the other is everything else. So if this was a curse scenario, I was wondering whether this would be taken into account in the creation of the spell sort of thing. What if a beautiful person was cursed, so everyone who sees them gets the air pulled out of their lungs? That's another thing. Oh, no, that's okay. I don't think I could ever be passionate about something like that. Yes, no sex, please, hence I'll faint. Not joking, health class was hard. Yeah, I generally do not have those sorts of scenes in my books. I definitely write around them plenty, but definitely no detail. No fun. Same here about biology, gosh, haemophilia, eeg. Oh dear. Yes, Blue is a big fan of sort of writing around things in a delicate sort of manner. Not that any of my writing styles has sounded particularly delicate in how I've been describing them. But yes, writing around these sort of things. Where are we? Oh, is breath close to life in some religions? Could there be religious implications here? So what if it's widely believed that those affected, it's not their breath being pulled out of them, but their soul? Would that lead to discrimination against the soulless sort of thing? The plague! Yes, we didn't go into much thought with this one, but I still think it's interesting. The idea of it being a superpower, like if your superpower is the beauty of your appearance or voice or personality or whatever it is, can suck the breath out of people. Oh, most beautiful person in the village being accused of being a witch and stealing someone's soul. Oh, beauty trials instead of witch trials. And in the curse scenario, maybe the curse only works if you see the cursed person's body directly, and if that person completely covers themselves with clothes, it counters the curse. So, full long sleeve dresses, full face covering veils, popular and sensible. And yes, it's a sort of Medusa situation here. Okay, in the curse scenario, the curse only takes oxygen out of someone's lungs in a manner so that they do not realize they are suffocating. That could be very unpleasant. So, over here, what if beauty replaces oxygen in your lungs with something else? For example, macaroni or roses. Or maybe beauty itself becomes some kind of substance or gas. The roses in the lungs disease, it was a major fan fiction trope. I did not know this. I think this is very interesting. So you cough out petals if you're bottling up your love feelings. You either confess or forget about them, and if untreated, leads to death. So as well, a beautiful voice could steal your breath. That would work too. Curse scenario. If a person's ambition is perceived as beautiful and they curse someone and steal their breath, would their own ambition, etc., become more beautiful and more powerful? Okay. Yes, the idea of using beauty as a power without, using the overused trope of charm is a good idea and interesting. Could this be a superpower? Yes, mentioned that briefly. How would you use the power? What difficulties would you face? What would the embodiment of beauty be? Would you find someone you like if you lose your breath? I think that, yes, probably a good indication. Oh, speaking of haemophilia, would there be cases of highly sensitive people who can't leave houses without some kind of world uglifying filter? Maybe. Oh, I might just throw that one here so I don't lose my place again. It's gonna let me spell it. That'll do. Okay, in the curse scenario, for sorcerer, collecting breath so that their idea, dream, ambition, etc. gains so much breath it can will a body or a form into existence and become personified. Could someone literally make a god using this curse? Curse scenario. What if you steal someone's breath, you take it for yourself, increasing your own beauty in the eyes of society? Sorry, my throat is starting to go. Lots of talking. Breath transfusions. Here we are with the iron lungs, and the beauty industry could evolve around accessories and mods for iron lungs, etc. Could pets, animals, plants also be affected? Mosquitoes will go extinct because blood is so beautiful to them. Use of robots and AI for art, maybe become cyborgs to avoid art and beauty. Beauty deities will die out from declining numbers of believers. Yeah, my bae really makes me cough. As if she was pollinating flowers. You guys can have bays? Oh. Excuse me. What if being, inverted commas, ugly can fill someone's lungs with oxygen, and then these people would become saviours? I've been using Australian British English, so let's go with that. Photos of people could become creepypastas or urban legends, but it's actually true. Beauty could be a Lovecraftian eldritch being that gains power from each breath taken. Are lungs and gills equal, if not research into humans developing gills and becoming amphibious? If two, in inverted commas, ugly people dated, could they permanently live in space or water if their lungs are constantly filling with oxygen? Mermaid hormone replacement therapy. What about the mermaids? If it was a heart transplant. Oh no, she patient 0. What if people get systematically tested for what type of people or other things they find attractive and what archetype of beauty they are, like blood types? And so, get done during medical updates, during yearly physicals, part of regular blood test, and monitor as it changes with growth. Brief mention of sirens. Sirens become what we find most attractive, so could sirens be stealing our breath for their own purposes? In the curse situation, could be Pinocchio, like you become more of a real person by being the most beautiful, gaining the most life or beauty, etc. Maybe there's a contest between unscrupulous sorcerers, sort of to gather the most breath, life, beauty, etc. Making this show a rom-com. Oh, treatment for curses. It will depend on maybe the strength of the curse, whether it's short or long term. There could be some antidotes already. If not, you're at the mercy of the sorcerer. If it's a mental health issue or another disorder due to things like chemical imbalances or other difficulties in the body, probably treatment similar to other mental health disorders, respiratory diseases, like drugs, CBT, relaxation, all that jazz would hopefully help. It's the potential of a social pension if afflicted by this. If it's a rare disorder, probably. If it's pandemic style, definitely not. It could be family issues with parents not being able to raise their children, being unable to spend much time with them. This sort of affect the children emotionally and developmentally. What if it got to the point where children needed to spend their infancy in opaque incubators? If just their parents are affected by them, or possibly, lots of people. I think light cycles and stimulus would have to be provided within to try to help with development. Would baby beauty affect all people or just their families? Would we get to the point where all babies are being raised in boxes? What age would they come out? There'll be insurance issues to do with this disease. The importance of visual beauty could decrease, leading to auditory beauty becoming the most dominant form, which in turn would lead to auditory beauty causing more problems. Need to soundproof things. We loop through other senses and it just keeps going in a deadly loop. Maybe ID cards would need fingerprints instead of faces, just to make sure nobody faints when they look at your ID card. Oh no. Wait, isn't that a rom-com, the premise of Justin Baldoni's 5 Feet Apart? Oh, I think I've heard of that one. How many words is in the doc? 2,271 at the moment. Yeah, sorry, the word count's down here. Under chat. Yes, whenever you want to know, I'll let you know. At the moment, it's 2,271. Where are we? Oh, there could be difficulties in getting medical treatment related to this. We have a toxic relationship scenario where we're so in love we're willing to die for each other. Please don't. Logos could not exist because some people could find them beautiful. Beauty could become something like alcohol, cigarettes, recreational drugs. People know it's dangerous but do it for the euphoria. Compare beauty tasting to wine tasting. Beauty battles. And yes, the disease will produce many forms of ableism. Okay, there's not quite as much in these ones. Let's just go through quickly. Yikes for every little misfortune. Indeed. So, if it's a rare affliction, this is, if it's the non-curse scenario, it could be a mental health disorder, or it could be if seeing beauty sort of affects your muscles. It sort of causes your muscles to seize up your the muscles related to breathing, and the body seizes up, affects the trachea, the lungs, creates asthma-like symptoms, something along those lines. We don't know. This could be a permanent affliction. It could be curable, potentially related to neurodivergence. And to live their lives, these people would have to minimize their exposure to beauty, and unless there was really good treatment. You'd still want to be careful, wouldn't you? Minimize exposure to beauty. You need to find out exactly what you find beautiful in order to avoid it. Oh, if you found yourself beautiful and you were affected by it, you'd have to get rid of your mirrors. You'd possibly have to minimize contact with family and friends, loved ones, for your health, which would almost certainly lead to depression and other issues. Treatments. If it's natural, things like inhalers, relaxation therapy, could work for mild to moderate cases. Sure about severe attacks, probably need, almost like anaphylactic treatment or something. Yes, mental health disorder or chemical imbalances causing breathing difficulties, probably, treatments along the lines of, asthma treatments and things like that. What kind of treatment if it's a curse? I think we went into there could be antidotes. Otherwise, yes, at the mercy of the person casting the spell. And like many disabilities and chronic diseases, you're able to live your life with this, but you need medications, assistance, regular care. And, in particular, I think you'd need to find ways to have contact with your loved ones if you're affected by them with this disease, because yes, it's just going to lead to all kinds of other health problems if you can't see your loved ones or have contact with them, and if you can't appreciate art in any form because it could kill you, and if you can't travel and see beautiful things because it could kill you. It's difficult. Very difficult. Okay, let's get through the global pandemic. So, there could be pandemic cycles as beauty standards change to something once believed safe. People naturally start finding other things beautiful. What did I write here? People naturally start finding other things beautiful that once they didn't find beautiful. That might make it easier. In a sort of self-preservation reflex, but now that's the beautiful thing, so it starts affecting them too. So lots of cycles. So eventually beauty will become suppressed in, all its forms, if it's all forms of beauty, or just the particular kinds, if it's just them. Oxygen could become a black market item, become ridiculously expensive and hard to get, could be hoarded. So beautiful people, inverted commas, encouraged and then maybe forced to wear masks and such. Yes, there'll always be a most beautiful. It doesn't matter how, ugly masks or clothes or such are. So in the beginning, we'll probably just try to avoid beauty. Of course, some people will try to capitalize on the situation, selling oxygen at high prices. If it's the curse scenario, maybe they're just sort of creating the problem and then creating an artificial solution for a high price. There's potential military uses. You could send something beautiful to the enemy to act as a debuff and mess with them there. Selling diet air for a good discount. Yay. So a small percentage of people could be immune and run secretive beauty clubs, poetry readings and such. Okay, so yes, in the beginning of this sort of pandemic situation, so probably take preventative measures. There'd be increased respiratory clinics everywhere, warnings outside places like art museums, libraries, famous natural sites and stuff. But there's only so much preventative measures can do when beauty is so subjective. People could be, dropping like flies with every rainbow. And, and the beauty cycles that are starting, it's hard to sort of keep track of what is going to be affecting people. That's when beauty would start to be controlled, libraries, galleries, art and creative expression being suppressed, restrictions, eventually maybe outlawed, library burnings, book bonfires, art bonfires, musical instrument bonfires, burn everything beautiful, desecrate the natural world, all in the sake of health. I hope we're not burning beautiful people as well, because, given everyone could be found beautiful in some way by some people, I don't think that's going to work. I don't want to be able to appreciate things like fine dining anymore, so fancy chefs are out of a job. People who are not affected by any beauty at all are in a prime position to exploit everything. Maybe it's a curse gone out of control, and now the evil magical people are exploiting it, stealing breath for a profit. There could be a surge in kidnappings, can intentionally use beauty to knock people out and then kidnap them. If it's only people you find beautiful that causes the breath loss, what if everyone is only affected by those genders you are sexually attracted to? Is it just sexual attraction, or is it romantic attraction as well? And does not include family members, etc., that you love and find beautiful. It would have a huge effect on population. And so what does society look like in 100 years if this beauty pandemic is ongoing and it's for all forms of beauty? We'll probably become like a drab bunker society. Creativity shunned, all forms of beauty shunned, self-expression punished. Can we have again maybe secret beauty clubs for immune people? Maybe a black market in beauty for those willing to risk their breath to experience it. Probably rebellions brewing. Yeah, this is sounding like a young adult plot here. Oh dear, what would happen with the beauty industry? Imagine it would
fall apart. Oh, I imagine it would try to adapt first, but I don't think it would be able to. I don't think it'd be able to keep up. We have beauty as a drug and erotic asphyxiation being common, like strip clubs but removing masks and not clothes. Oh, hi. Hello, Naivisu. Hello, hello. You are so welcome here. We are going to be finishing up soon because it is now 11 past 1 in the morning for Blue. So Blue will need to sleep soon, especially if she wants to get up the schedule before she goes to sleep. Oh dear, but you are so very welcome here and I'm so glad you're here. We have here, if beauty steals breath and ugliness could give it, eventually what is beautiful and what is ugly might completely swap over cycles. And again, just thinking about beauty and ugly as in terms of, societal norms, because everything is subjective and everyone is beautiful in some way. Everything becomes very bland to prevent declining population and crowd control through beauty. Indeed. I need to leave soon, so I feel quite lucky right now. Yay. Yay. Not yay that you're leaving, yay that you feel quite lucky. Dystopian beauty soldiers could be a thing. And movies and TV shows, etc. could be temporarily banned until beauty standards get sort of switched around again. And then you just keep cycling through. Oh, goodness me. I usually don't feel. Oh, dear. Blue wonders about how she feels sometimes. Doesn't seem to quite match up with what expectations seem to be. I don't know. Lucky. Yes. Not that. Oh, goodness me, I'm tired. So much brainstorming. So many brainstorms. You've all done such a wonderful job. You thought of so many things that Blue just did not occur to Blue. So many of these things just did not occur to Blue. Oh, I blame it on Genshin. Genshin is to blame. Another reason why I shouldn't play it. Oh well. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Oh, it's all the dang gacha games. Yes, I think I said the only gacha game I ever played was a mobile app gacha game for BTS years and years ago. I am ARMY, in case I hadn't mentioned that before. I love BTS. I do. Oh dear. Oh, F2B. They're free to play, don't spend. Okay, shall think about it. But yes, if Blue has spare time, Blue generally thinks she should be writing or resting. Not many games for Blue. That's why it was kind of nice doing a few gaming streams, but mostly, now that we're going to be down to one stream a week, it's going to be mostly writing or reading sort of related streams as much as I can. If I am at a loss because I'm exhausted or feel awful, then possibly we'll do a gaming one now and then, but in general, trying to stick to the writing, reading sort of stuff. Oh, another like. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I think I'm going to have to call it. Well, I have a rule of playing one loot box game at a time. So the only gacha I've played is Shin Megami Tensei D×2. Okay. Yeah, I'm generally... Yeah, I'm not really game to try many more gacha games. I stopped playing the BTS one because, there was no real way to continue playing without spending unless you're willing to spend years and years and years and years and years doing it. Jack's so cute. Who is Jack? Do I know Jack? I played 2 Genshin Impact and Honkai. yucky now as though... Huh. Oh no, again. Yeah. I think Blue's going to have to rest her voice. This singing's going to be interesting, isn't it? So... Oh... Eek. I don't know whether to just go to bed or not. If I just go to bed, I will post the schedule tomorrow, because I need to think about something to actually write in the post as well, and pull together I haven't done the alt text for it yet. That's what I haven't done yet. Ugh. I may have to leave it until tomorrow. It'll definitely be up before the stream on my Monday and on many of yours Sundays. Oh, go to bed. Huh? Sorry, Elfie. Oh, I meant the Jack Demons from SMT, Jack Frost, Pyro, Jack King Frost. Oh, okay. I'll go to bed in a minute. I can't really be late with the schedules anymore if I'm streaming on a Monday morning. Well, when I'm just doing the one stream a week, I'll start releasing it midweek on the Wednesday or the Thursday, hopefully. It's just a little hectic today. Elfie, I think she gets it by this point. I get it. And I will listen very soon. I will probably leave popping up the schedule until after I've slept. But I've made it. I've made the schedule. I just need to fix the alt text, and then I'll toss it all up there, and hopefully it'll be useful. But yes, I think I already have in a community post the time of the first Monday stream. But this will. A little reminder. Bye, Elfie. Bye-bye. And yes, I will also do a community post soon, possibly after Monday, just sort of recapping this and popping a link to all the notes that we made, so you can peruse them at your leisure to help with your story ideas. And I'll, I can think. I haven't completely lost the ability to think. Yes, the thing we said about all trying to do ScribbleHub accounts to pop it on, and still using the hashtag, and maybe trying to at me on there if we can do that, just so I can find everything. But yes, I'll make a community post about that sometime during next week. Oh dear, I should stop talking now and go sleep. Thank you so much for another wonderful brainstorming stream. It's been a lot of fun. So many good ideas. I'm sorry if my notes are haphazard, but hopefully they're enough to jog your memory and help you out in trying to think of what wonderful short stories you want to write for Blue to read, hopefully on the 6th of May. Oh dear. I should really try to do one myself. I should try. I don't know whether I'll get around to it, but I will definitely think about trying. But yes, Blue is now very set on working on her main magical project, and given it's been so long since she's been really able to get into it, it's been good. So I may be a little distracted by that. Well, have a nice time, everyone. It's going to be the longest, most intense April ever. I hope you enjoy it though. So thank you again so much for coming. I'm glad we had such a good time. So many good ideas that will create so many wonderful stories. I'm looking forward to reading them. And wherever you are in the world, good night to you, or good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning. And I hope the rest of your day is absolutely lovely, because that's what you deserve. And I will remember to mute my background music before singing this time, and I hope my voice doesn't completely fall apart. No promises though. Blue's throat. She protests. Quick sip of water before subjecting you to Blue's singing after talking for 3.5 hours or so. Oh, let's sing. Sorry. Oh, for the money that e'er I had, I have spent it in good company. Oh, and all the harm I've ever done, alas,
it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good night, and joy be to you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Your voice is beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're so lovely to say. And, until next time, which is Monday for me. Monday for me. Sunday for some of you. The schedule will go up sometime soon. Not right away, but sometime soon. Nighty-night. Until next time. Until next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.